what evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Blue Coal presents The Shadow, a man of mystery who strikes terror in the very souls of sharpsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. All signs point to a severe winter. Be prepared. If you want to be sure of even, dependable, healthful heat in any kind of weather, insist on Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite mined from the fields of northern Pennsylvania. The coal that has colored a harmless blue at the mines for your protection.
You can't have me to the chair. You can't do it. Let me out of here. Let me.
Paul Gordon, listen.
Huh? I can't see anybody. Who's that?
I am the shadow. Stop. We haven't much time. We must hurry, Gordon. You're in the death house, charged with murder.
Yes, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. But nobody knows it.
Take courage, Gordon. The shadow knows.
All right, Margot, won't you sit down? I told Albo to serve our coffee here in the library, unless you'd rather go on the terrace.
No, I prefer it here.
Then let me see you smile. That frown is most unbecoming.
Lamont, give it up.
Give what up, my dear? Drinking coffee?
I'm serious, Lamont Cranston. When I foolishly let you know that... Do you remember what you said? It will be exactly 5 years next week.
But there's still so much to do, Margot.
Well, then let somebody else do it. Don't you realize that you can't keep on like this forever? Someone's certain to identify you, and when that someone does, someone else is certain to kill you.
Perhaps, but until they do... Oh, darling, stop frowning.
I don't mean necessarily to give up your work, Lamont, but this other. Let the shadow just disappear and come out openly. Join the organized forces of law and police.
Won't you realize, Margot, that my entire usefulness to the organized forces of law and police lies in my remaining outside those forces, in remaining always the shadow? Would they approve my methods? Would they believe in my science?
You would make them believe. You could make them approve.
And in doing so, reveal my secrets, my knowledge. Reveal them and eventually let them fall into the hands of organized crime. No, Margot. No one must ever know. No one but you. Why do you think I've devoted countless hours to investigating electrical and chemical phenomena? Why do you think I went to India, to Egypt, to China? What do you think I studied in London, Paris, and Vienna? Except to learn the old mysteries that modern science has not yet rediscovered. The natural magic modern psychology is beginning to understand, and, well, magic that wouldn't seem so natural. I studied and learned for a purpose, my dear.
All right, Lamont, I realize all that. But now the entire underworld has but one objective: to erase the shadow. And to me, that means...
Until they know what the shadow is and who he is, what can they do? Stop and think how many criminals are either dead or in prison because of our activities. Why, even now, tonight, as we sit quietly here, somewhere, an innocent human being may be in desperate trouble. Somewhere, perhaps, there is a problem that can never be solved, except by the shadow.
What did the doctor say, Grace?
It was good news and bad, too, I'm afraid, dear.
Well, whatever it was, dear, tell me.
Well, he said the baby could be perfectly well again within a year.
Oh, thank God for that. Poor kid. She's had a tough time. Well, what else?
Well, this part isn't so good, Paul. She'll need treatments during all that time. Paul, treatments cost money.
I know. Well, we'll have to manage somehow. You didn't do a very good job marrying me, dear.
Darling.
If I could only get a job. I've got my health and I've got brains, but no one seems to want them.
Oh, they will, dear. They've got to.
You're right about that. We're just about down to rock bottom. I raised every cent I can on the house and car. There isn't anything left.
You and I are still left, Paul. And we've got to take care of Sally. She's our daughter, Paul, and she's got to have her chance.
And she's going to have it. Somehow. Tomorrow I'll start out and take anything I can get.
Darling, perhaps tomorrow things will break for us.
Yes. If only they don't break the wrong way.
Over here.
Take these two
How
over,
about some
Bill.
service?
Excuse me, but are you the boss here?
That's right.
I'm looking for a job.
Nothing doing, buddy.
I'll do anything. Wait on table, wash dishes, anything at all.
I don't need any more help.
Well, how about delivering things? I've got a car.
Nope, I don't deliver nothing. Sorry, don't need you.
I see. All right. Thanks.
Hey, you.
What? You calling to me?
Yeah, sit down. Have a beer.
No, thanks. I don't drink.
Anyhow, sit down. Meet a friend of mine. Name's Lefty. My name's Red. Look at my hair and you'll know why.
Well, I'm glad to meet you both. Gordon's my name, Paul Gordon. Well, do you want to talk to me about something?
We might. Might be able to help you out. Sounds like you're looking for a job.
You bet I am. I need one. You know anybody that could use me?
Maybe. We don't know you yet.
Huh. So far as that goes, I don't know you either.
See, Red, the guy's smart.
Yeah, maybe too smart.
Now, look here, Mr. Gordon. We need a car, and we need somebody to drive it for us. You understand?
Well, I've got a car and I can drive.
Is it a good car? Has it got speed?
I'll guarantee you up to 80.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Now, listen, kid. How about meeting us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock?
All right. Where?
Well, let's see. We're going to, I got it. Right in front of the Uptown Bank. We got to go there first to cash a check.
Well, how about $5 a day?
That's so. But you remember, be there at 9 o'clock, or you don't get no job.
Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll be there at 8 o'clock.
Hey, buddy, you can't keep this car in front of the bank all day. Can't you see that sign, no parking?
I'm not parking, officer. I'm waiting for a couple of men. I'm working for them.
Oh.
Hey, what's that?
Sounds like shots in the bank.
Hey there, stop there, you.
You got him, Lefty. Here he is with the car. Come on, you start that bus for us.
Step on it, fella.
Hey, but you can't do that.
Get gone, I will shoot.
Let him have it, Red. Hold him off.
I'll hold him. We should never have shot that cop. Can't you get no more speed out of this car, fella?
She's doing all she can.
Shoot at their tires, Red.
Missed him.
Try the windshield.
Say, let me out of this. Take the car. They'll think I'm in with you.
That's just what we're figuring on. Now, here comes a curve. After you make that stop, get ready, Red.
I'm ready. I'm just leaving the evidence.
Put it under the seat cushion.
Right.
Okay, goodbye, Gordon.
Thanks for the...
Hey, wait, you guys. Don't leave me like this. They'll think I did it. Hey, come on back, will you? You guys.
Up with their hands. Come on, get them up.
All right, officer. I haven't got a gun. I wasn't in this. They made me drive the car.
Yeah, keep your hands up just the same. Go through the car, Charlie. Okay, Sarge. Now, fella, you might as well come clean on this.
I haven't done anything. I tell you, I'm innocent.
Hey, Sarge, I got it. Under the rear seat cushion, a bag full of bills and a gun.
That's the gun that bumped off my buddy Louis. And you say you're innocent.
Yes, I am.
Well, it'll take more than saying so to keep you out of the electric chair.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Paul Gordon, the jury have found you guilty of robbery under arms and of statutory murder. You have been shown to have had both motive and opportunity. The prosecution has piled up a mass of incontrovertible evidence, and I myself have no doubt of your guilt. Therefore, in accordance with the law, I direct that you be taken from here to the place from whence you came, and that there you be put to death in the manner stated by the law. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hey, who's that? Where'd that laugh come from?
Who laughed? Bring that person before the cops.
Well, I don't know where he is, Your Honor.
The laugh came from over there. In that corner.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor, but there's no one in that corner. Only a shadow.
Go to sleep, dear. Mother will be right here in the next room.
Oh, God, please help me. Help me. I don't know what to do.
Yes? Who is it?
My name is Margot Lane. I have a message for you, Mrs. Gordon.
You're not a reporter, are you?
No, I'm a friend. I've come to help.
Oh, then please come in. What is it you want, Miss Lane?
Mrs. Gordon, your husband has a friend who's going to help him. Here's $1,000 in cash.
What?
That's for you and Sally.
1,000? Who was it sent this to me?
For that, I can't tell you. But the message with it is not to lose hope.
Oh, then there is hope for Paul, then.
The man who sent this to you never fails.
Who is he?
Well, that I can't tell you.
But, Miss Lane, you know him.
Sometimes I wonder whether I do. I love him. But I wonder whether I know him.
What do you mean?
It's hard to tell whether I really know the man or only his shadow.
Well, Lefty, tonight the fall guy goes to the chair.
That's what he gets for being a sucker.
Yeah, there's not a clue that even points our way.
Not even a print. We had gloves on all the time.
You had yours off for a minute when you were sitting next to him.
Yeah, but I didn't touch the wheel.
Then we ain't left a clue.
You think so?
Who said that? You, Lefty?
No, I thought it was you.
It was I. You cannot see me.
Who are you?
And where are you?
I am here in the room, in the shadow. You have pinned your crime on an innocent man. He shall not suffer, but you will.
I don't know who you are, where you are, but you're bluffing anyway. You got no evidence. We didn't leave a clue.
You did leave a clue. A clue that will send you to the chair.
Where was it? Where was it? You're lying.
Wouldn't you like to believe that? Keep thinking about it. Keep thinking about the clue that you forgot. Margot Lane. Paul Gordon is in the death house and is to die in the chair tonight. I am going to him now. We can still save him. Stand by for orders.
In a few moments, we will return to the shadow. But before we do, let me stress this one fact. For home heating, anthracite is best. And America's finest anthracite is blue coal. Anthracite is the healthful fuel. It gives steady, uniform heat that helps prevent colds and cuts down doctor's bills. For with anthracite, there is no quick chilling of the house, such as you get with fuels of the on and off type, or with quick burning fuels that flare up and burn out. Bear in mind that heating plants in this part of the country were especially designed to burn anthracite. So before that cold snap catches you unaware, call your local blue coal dealer. You'll find his name listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified directory under the words Blue Coal. Call him tomorrow and order a supply of America's finest anthracite.
Gordon, have you got any word from the governor?
I'm sorry, Gordon. The governor refuses to take any action.
Then I've got to go. Tonight?
At 11 o'clock.
What time is it now?
Almost 10. Is there anything I can do for you?
No. Thank you, Gordon.
Very well. These guards will move you to another cell. I'll be back in a little while.
Ready, Gordon?
Yes, guard.
We're just going to move you to another cell.
What does it matter?
The one you're going to is nearer.
Nearer to the chair, is that it? Oh. All right. Let's go.
All right, Gordon. Walk to the left.
We'll be right here behind you.
Unlock the door into this preparation chamber, Pete.
Okay, just a second.
All right. Go on through, Gordon. Watch him, Pete. I'll shut the door.
What's the use of all this trouble? What chance have I got now?
I'm afraid you haven't got much, fella.
I wouldn't say that.
What do you mean?
Holy smokes. Look behind you.
Where?
There.
Oh.
Too bad. I hated to do that, but there wasn't any other way, and he'll only be out for a while. Now, Gordon, listen to me.
Hey, where are you? I can't see you anymore. Where have you gone?
Back into the shadow. Now, Gordon, we haven't much time. Listen to me. No crime is perfect. There's always somewhere a loose end. The only reason that all crimes aren't solved is because there's some one fact that someone knows and doesn't tell. And sometimes they don't tell because they don't know that they know.
I told everything I know in court. They wouldn't believe me then.
Because you couldn't prove what you said. We are going after the proof now. You and I.
How?
I'm going to think with your mind.
I don't know what you mean.
Don't try to understand. Just do as I tell you. I want you to concentrate, Gordon. Fix your mind on everything that happened that day. Make mental pictures. I'll see what you see.
I'll try.
No, Gordon. Stop thinking about your wife and baby.
How did you know I was thinking about that?
I saw it in your mind. I see in my mind the pictures you create in yours.
Oh, like television?
Yes, or like mental telepathy or mind reading, hypnotism, whatever you choose. There's no time to talk. Stop talking. Think.
I will. I'm thinking now.
The picture is getting clearer. That's better. Go on. The restaurant? The bar? Gordon, stop thinking about the electric chair. It blurs the picture.
I'll try.
That's better. The car in front of the bank. Yes, I see it. The policeman. The crowd. Yes. Wait a minute. The small man with red hair. He was the one you called Red.
Yes.
I see him. Crooked nose, short, glasses. I know that man. He's Red Sloan.
It's hard to see.
I know. Think for your life. Try hard. Yes, you started the car. The other, Lefty, was in front with you. Lefty. See him for me, Gordon. Yes. A scar on his left cheek. Why didn't you mention that in court?
I forgot.
Never mind. Concentrate. Yes. Lefty couldn't keep you covered with a gun and look back at the same time. What did he do?
He reached up and twisted the rear view mirror.
Now we've got it. That's the loose end. That's where his thumbprint will be. Gordon, now I can save you. You've told the truth. You didn't know you knew.
Come on, man.
Draw two.
Another one over here.
You're a fool for coming in here again. This is the place we picked up that kid that's burning tonight. What'd you want to come in here for?
This is as good a place as any, ain't it?
Hey, telephone for you, Lefty.
Telephone?
Yeah, maybe you never heard of it, but it's a great invention.
But nobody knows I'm here.
Well, somebody knows because they're waiting on the phone for you. It's over there on the wall.
Okay.
Don't be too long, Lefty.
Hello? Say, what are you laughing at? Who is this?
Lefty, did you ever hear of the shadow?
Yeah. Say, what is this?
Too bad about young Gordon, isn't it, Lefty?
What do you know about that?
The shadow knows.
Who are you? What do you want?
I want justice. Justice for Paul Gordon, Lefty. And I'm going to get it.
But you ain't got no evidence.
No. Perhaps there are some fingerprints, Lefty.
Oh, no. We had gloves on. There couldn't be no fingerprints.
Did you have gloves on all the time?
Yeah, sure. I did.
You're left-handed. Now listen carefully, Lefty. When you were sitting in the front seat of Gordon's car, your gun was in your left hand. Remember?
Say, you ain't nobody, are you? It's just... Say, how do you know?
What did you do with your right hand?
My right hand?
You took off your right glove, didn't you?
Oh, no, I didn't. No. Gosh, I'm going nuts.
And you couldn't see the car that was chasing you because the angle of the rear view mirror was adjusted for the driver and you weren't driving, so... Do you remember what you did?
No, I didn't. I didn't take it off.
Are you sure you didn't reach up with your bare right hand and turn that rear view mirror? Are you sure, Lefty?
No, I didn't. Maybe I did. That.
If the police find that fingerprint, you'll burn, Lefty. Just the way young Gordon's going to burn. Tonight. Goodbye, Lefty.
Hey, wait a minute. He hung up. No. I won't burn. Hey, Red!
It's certainly jabbed long enough. Say, who was the guy
Never mind that. Where's that car of Gordon's now?
In his garage. I guess I heard his wife...
Listen.
What?
I got a hunch. There's some fingerprints of mine in that car. Red, we gotta wipe them off of there, or maybe we'll burn in that chair, too.
Come on, let's go.
But, Commissioner...
I'm sorry, Miss Lane, but I don't see what we can do.
But I tell you, Paul Gordon is innocent. The men who committed the crime are free.
Where did you get this information?
Oh, that I can't tell you.
Miss Lane, Paul Gordon was convicted of murder by due processes of law. Tonight he pays for his crime in the electric chair. If the police listened to every crank who came in here claiming new evidence...
But they can't send an innocent man to the chair. They can't do it.
No, but they can send a guilty man. And according to the evidence, Paul Gordon is guilty.
Commissioner, suppose that afterwards, when it's too late, they discover that Paul Gordon wasn't guilty after all. And suppose I testify that the police refused to listen.
Well, what do you want me to do? If it's within reason, I'll do that.
I want you to send some men to that garage. I want you to catch the guilty men and see that justice is done.
Gordon, I'm frightened.
Brace up, Gordon. It won't be long.
Keep your chin up, buddy. My turn next. So long, fella. Good luck.
Goodbye, kid.
Where is he? He promised to save me.
Who, son?
I don't know. It was a voice. Just a voice. He said he'd stand by.
Now, steady, old man. Don't lose your nerve, Gordon. Open it up, men.
No, I won't go in there. I didn't do it. I didn't kill him. I didn't, I tell you. He said he'd stand by. Warden, wait. Only a few minutes more. Just a few minutes. Don't take me in there yet. No, wait, please. He said, please wait.
Easy, Gordon. I'm sorry.
But if I go in that door, I'm gone. It'll be too late then.
Take him in, men.
No, wait. Oh, where are you? Where's that voice? Where did he go? Please come back.
Warden!
Wait a minute, men. Well, what is it?
Warden, wait. The governor's on the phone. He says stop. Hold up everything.
What'd the governor say?
He wants to talk to you on the phone, Warden. He says, don't electrocute this man. They've got the other two guys in Gordon's garage, trying to rub out some fingerprints. One of them was shot and died. But before he died, he spilled it all. This fellow didn't do it. It was a frame-up.
Oh, thank God he got me in time. Gordon! Gordon! Did you hear that?
Yes. Yes, I heard it. That voice said he would. I'm free. You're not going to electrocute me, Warden. You're not.
No. No, Gordon. The governor saved you.
Governor? No. It wasn't the governor. It was somebody else. Or something else.
But what do you mean, Gordon? Who saved you?
I don't know. It was a voice. Just a voice. I never really saw him. He was only a shadow.
Before another adventure with the Shadow draws to a close, John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert, would like to say a few words. Mr. Barclay.
Good evening, friends. If you're interested in having a more comfortable home this winter, be sure to call your local Blue Coal dealer. For he's more than a fuel dealer. He's an authority on modern home heating. You see, for more than 6 years, I've trained servicemen for these Blue Coal dealers. These men, known as John Barclay servicemen, have added thousands of families like yours to enjoy a greater degree of comfort and to save heating dollars, too. I'm going to read part of a letter typical of many received from satisfied customers using Blue Coal and John Barclay service. I quote in part. The service rendered by your John Barclay servicemen has been invaluable to me. We were burning a ton of coal a week and having great difficulty in keeping our fire going throughout the night. Your serviceman made me many helpful suggestions regarding the proper way to regulate the furnace and recommended the use of Blue Coal. We not only reduced the amount of fuel consumed to 1/2, but actually got more heat. Think of that, friends. In this case, a family cut their fuel bill in half simply by following the advice of a John Barclay serviceman, whose services were given without charge. Now, you don't have to buy Blue Coal to benefit from John Barclay service. No matter what kind of fuel you're using or from whom you've been buying, if you have any heating problems, consult the Blue Coal dealer. He'll be very glad to place his John Barclay serviceman at your disposal to solve your problems. I thank you.
The story you have just heard is copyrighted by the Shadow magazine. Real names are never used in these Shadow stories.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Next week at this same time, the Shadow and the Red Knight. Hey, sleepyhead. I'm glad to see you awake. You slept through 2 alarms, you know. But don't worry, you'll still have time for a fresh hot breakfast at McDonald's. We're right on your way, serving a delicious Egg McMuffin and our own steaming hot coffee to really get your eyes open. We serve it all fast, so you can take it nice and slow and still get to work on time. So come on in.
Nobody can do it
Your breakfast is ready at McDonald's.
like McDonald's can.
Sentimental things fill my mind. Gee, when she kisses me, I look either far from refined. I crave the touch of her, can't get too much of her, that sweet, sweet baby of mine.
Only McDonald's has a way of starting out your day with all your favorite tastes in just one place. Fresh eggs and sausage, sizzle, stir, flip, sip, hot coffee, hot cakes. We can make breakfast quick. Fresh egg McMuffins cooking hot, a taste that no one else has got. It's fun to eat it every stop. Or on the run, gotta go. Get a country fresh scrambled light together. Get it toasted brown just right together. Get it together and wake up. With juice, eggs, and coffee, we can get you on your way. We're sizzling, scrambling, grilling hot. What a way to start the day together. All your favorite tastes for breakfast in just one place. McDonald's and you. There's really nothing to it. With McDonald's, you can do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Wake up!
Attention shoppers, we hope you don't mind the confusion in our health and beauty aids department, but we're adding a new department to our store to make Kmart your one-stop savings center. That's right. In a short while, you will be able to have your prescription filled by your Kmart pharmacist. In the future, remember Kmart when you need a prescription. Bring your prescriptions by and have them filled while you shop. Can you believe prescriptions filled at Kmart prices? And thank you for shopping at Kmart.
Hey, good morning, weirdos. How are we doing today? It's Wednesday. You know what that means? It means it's old-time Radio Wednesday. I got some great stuff picked out for us today. It's awesome sauce. I hope you are going to stick around for the whole show. And if not, you can always find me on the playlist. Seriously, people. I'm everywhere. You can find me in the playlist. You can find the shows that we watch in the playlist. You can find the shows that we listen to in a playlist. You can find just about everything in a playlist. You know, if it ain't on a playlist, it's in a grocery list. Yeah, I am so totally jazzed about the nighttime show. I had such a great show last night. I'm pretty sure that it was me, myself, and I most of the time, but man, was it fun. I'm really enjoying the picking out of the music, and if you can tell from this morning's show, I've really gotten into picking out commercials and comedy and nostalgia and other things to fill up the evening. So stop by in the evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we's rocking and rolling all the time here at Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy channel. Yes, sir, Babarini. I am wiped out. I'm just I'm gone, baby. I'm gone. I've got about maybe 2 hours sleep behind me. I did get a decent sized nap yesterday, about, God, I want to say 6 hours, but it was more like 3. It felt really good. I got up at 3, and I went to sleep at 11 or 12, so, you know, things ain't looking real good for it being a 6-hour sleep fest there. So hey, you just worked a 12-hour shift. Good morning, Joey. That's crazy. Well, I mean, it's not completely crazy, you know, because us humans do that kind of shit all the time. Work. rest a little bit. Work, rest a little bit. Work. Yeah, man. What did I do yesterday? I talked to David about going out this evening out to Giant Rock. It is a big giant rock. It really is. It's a giant rock out there in Landers. YouTube it. Google it. Landers Giant Rock. It's crazy. So we're going to go out there this evening. Or rather, I'm going out there this evening to follow them. Their Bush and David and friends are going out to do a little kind of impromptu hangout jam session type thing out by Giant Rock. So I'm going to take a camera and a light and go out and hang out and, you know, get as much recorded as possible before it gets dark and I got to get home. But the neat part is that I'm taking my daughter and he's taking his eldest daughter, and we're going to put them in a pickup truck and let them go tooling around the boonies, doing a little driving practice, right? I thought, you know, what better way to get them to feel comfortable behind the wheel than to just put them in a truck, put them on a dirt road and say, hit the gas, baby, right? Right? So that's the plan, Stan. So we're going to go out there this evening and do that. They're going to drive for a couple hours. We're going to hang out for a couple hours and do a whole lot of nothing. Hang out, jam, talk about aliens and spaceships and stuff. Because Giant Rock in Landers is the place to do that. You know, talk about aliens and space and weird stuff. Because that's what it is out there, man. You gotta Google it. YouTube it. There are some great YouTube videos on Landers Giant Rock. Yeah, great stuff. Huge stories about it, around it, surrounding the whole mystique of Giant Rock. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, it is Old Time Radio Wednesday. Today it is Wednesday. It is May 29th. It's 5 in the morning, babies. It is 2024. It should be the future. I should be have a flying car. I should have my own rocket ship. I should have a jetpack. I should have a house that takes care of me at this point. But instead, all we get is smartphones and zombies. That's what we get. That's the future. Smartphones and phone zombies. So, put down your phone, pick up your radio, pick up your TV, pick me up, and time travel with me. We are going to go back to the 1950s. We are going to go back to the 1940s. We're even going to go back to the 1930s sometime. Today, we have X-1. Another fantastic episode of X-1, Almost Human. It is kind of it's actually, if you remember seeing a Twilight Zone where Robbie the Robot has been built by this old guy in his basement, and this old guy's always screaming for his daughter, get down here, fix this, do that, give me a coffee, and she just wants him dead, right? Well, he finally dies, and she gets her wish, and she gets the whole place to herself, only he created a robot in his kind of internal image, right? He's Robbie the Robot on the outside, but it's the old man on the inside, and he leaves everything to the daughter, save she takes care of the robot for the rest of her life. So she's right back in the same boat. This is kind of the same thing, Almost Human. We got a robot that's running amok, right? Hey, CME in the garage. Is that Crazy Mike in the garage now? It's hard to hear me. Let's see. Let me do a sound check here, and make sure that I can hear me. How's that? Is that a little? Oh wait. Is that a little bit better? Am I coming through loud now? That's too loud. That's too. How about that? Is that good? I'm getting used to this new mixing stuff, so it's sometimes it's a little bit rough. All right. Yeah, I seem to be coming through loud and clear. Yeah. Yes, Joe. I'm coming through good now. You can hear me. Somebody give me a thumbs up so I know that I'm coming through clear. Better. Ah, okay, great. Great. I think I had my mic turned down a little bit. I thought it reset every time that I used it. But apparently I poked it down this morning, screwing around. Yeah, you know, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You know what? Along the way, you can stop at McDonald's anytime. You know, anybody want to go to McDonald's? Totally. Let's go to McDonald's. Hello.
It's not always easy pulling yourself together in the morning. So, if you found matching socks and made it out the door today, give yourself a little reward. Your breakfast is ready at McDonald's. Come on in and sit down with a steaming cup of our own specially brewed coffee, some fresh scrambled eggs, pure pork sausage, and crunchy McDonald's hash browns. We're right on your way, so come on in.
Nobody can do it
Your breakfast is ready at McDonald's.
like McDonald's can.
No, really, they can't. I mean, nobody can kill you like the Golden Arches, right? So how am I coming through? Is everything working? Did you hear that? Do you hear me? Is everything going? Check, check, testing, 1, 2. Hey, buddy, you want to buy a watch? Hey, buddy, want to buy a dog? Hey, buddy, you want to buy a watchdog? That's my joke. So is that Crazy Mike in the Garage? Have you changed your moniker again on YouTube there? Up there in Canada, eh? Or is it down on the Canada? Oh yeah, eh. Right. I'm thinking back to oh, it's like a light malfunction. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Totally. Oh my god. I was just thinking back to an interview I saw with. Let me check my light here. With Mike Myers. I think it was Mike Myers, who was talking about Canadian speech mannerisms, where they, if it's up on the end, then they're going to continue talking. If it's down on the end, then it's your turn to talk, right? Okay, it's your turn to talk, Mike. What's going on up there? Is it really you? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, you know. I don't know, don't you know? He's a crazy man. Crazy Mike up in Canada. Crazy man. Ah, my coffee is cold already. Oh my god, no way. Okay, I'm going to warm up my coffee. Lava lamp cam. The sounds you hear will be me warming my coffee. And scratching my ass. Okay. This morning's shirt is happiness is a state of mind. Flowers. Because I really dig flowers, you know. I dig flowers. And mariposas, those are butterflies in Espanol. Totally. Oh, I cross my legs here because it's more comfortable on my broken spine here. Well, nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. I am having so much fun doing this show at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, 5 nights a week. It is a blast. It's just an hour-long show. I start the show a half hour early and broadcast something from the morning show. So tonight we'll probably be listening to one of these morning programs that we're going to hear this morning. Old Time Radio Wednesday. So we've got X-1. We've got The Bickersons, the premiere episode. We've got Captain Midnight. And we also have an episode of Superman. Now, the episode of Superman is a copyright afflicted. which means that we are not going to listen to it on this morning's show. It will be in the playlist. It's in the playlist now. It's active. You can listen to it anytime. It will probably only be in the playlist for about a year. Then it will time out, and then I may or may not get in trouble for having it listenable, right? Because of the copyright on it. It's you can't listen to it in the United States, so I didn't want to mess with the copyright of my show at this present time. So that's the deal. It's in the playlist. When you want to watch or listen to Superman, go there. I will continue to monitor that situation and decide what I'm going to do about it. I'll probably do 2 or 3 more episodes of Superman and put them in the playlist. We won't listen to them here because it will cancel my show sound, so we won't be listening to it. But I'll put it there so you can hear the first 3 episodes of the original Superman concept. Is very, very cool. I remember it from when I was a kid in the 1970s. It was the first Superman that I heard. And it was before I had really seen any Superman on TV. I had not seen any of the guy who does the Superman on TV in the 1950s. I don't recall his name. That was a good show. I watched a lot of that in the 80s. But for my money, this is the original. In the movies, I think the best Superman was Christopher Reeves. Bar none, hands down. He was Superman. He will always be Superman in my eyes. I don't go in for all of the new Marvel DC crap that's going on the last 20 years. I just don't. It's too foo-foo. It's too much. It's just too much. You know, they've taken it and they've gone bananas with it because they see how much money they can make off of it. And that's all. All I see is dollar signs when I see those movies. I just think, oh my God, man, they're just really going after people, man. Mommy, I gotta have it. Oh, jeez. Right? Oh my God. So we've got some great stuff. Now, Captain Midnight is one of my favorite World War II era, like spy type shows. They weren't spies. They weren't undercover, but they did go around and get into a lot of shit. They were like, what do you call them? Operatives, right? They were like government operatives, but not. And they got into a lot of stuff. They were always flying here and there and everywhere, and I don't know how they fit all of that, the people and stuff into those planes. I mean, they were like a flying party, you know. Sometimes there's like 4 or 6 people in a plane. It's like, we gotta go, we're gonna crash. Oh my gosh, we're crashed. And then they sit around and talk about being crashed for like 2 episodes. But it's really, really cool. Most of the episodes were usually about flight school. I think at one time it was sponsored by an actual flight school. So they were like, yeah, we want pilots. Get out there and be a pilot. Come to flight school. And they were. I mean, we had a lot of pilots during, just before the war, after World War I, before World War II. We had so many pilots, mainly because of the surplus of airplanes after the First World War. There was just this huge amount of surplus airplanes. So everybody was buying them up and barnstorming and doing farm spraying, right? So we got like 1 billion freaking pilots jumping around the country, you know, before the FFA stepped in and said, what the hell? You guys are all crazy. And then before the war, before America got into the war, after 41, we weren't in the war, and then we had a lot of pilots that wanted to go fight. They wanted to go, you know, kill Nazis and stuff. And it was like, all right, well, they would leave the United States and go join the Royal Air Corps, or go to France, or go to other countries and join their Air Force. And that was pretty heavy. You know, we had guys coming back after Pearl Harbor, after we decided to get into the war finally, and they were coming back to this country already aces, right? We had so many aces coming back to join the United States Air Force, and then becoming teachers and squad leaders and stuff. So that was pretty heavy. Some of my favorite stuff is like Eddie Rickenbacker and Pappy Boynton. Pappy Boynton. I actually got to meet Pappy Boynton in the I want to say the early 1990s. We were at an air show at March Air Force Base out here in Southern California, near Riverside. And Pappy Boynton, the original Greg Pappy Boynton, was there signing autographs of his book Tanya, an orange cover paperback or hardback with a paper cover. So my father, he's like, oh my gosh, there's like one of my father's heroes right there. He's like, oh my gosh, so it's like, well, you know, get a book and have him fucking sign it. So he did. He got a book and had Pappy Boynton sign that book. I wish I had that book around. I'm sure my father's wife has it somewhere in his collection of things. And good on you, mate. Keep that around. But I got to actually shake hands with Pappy Boynton, which was pretty heavy for this little, you know, grubby little dirtbag kid straight out of the 70s and 80s, you know, just this homeless little dirtbag, you know. And there he was, you know, all old and wrinkled up and still looking like a hero, you know, and that was pretty heavy. I also got to meet another one of my heroes as a child in 1975, when my father was working at the Pasadena City College radio station. He was really close to graduating, or he had just graduating, and he was finishing out his time on the air. He was involved with quite a lot at the radio station there. He did the news for a specific time of the day or the week. So he did news broadcasting while he was going to school on the campus, which took us eventually to Wounded Knee and Back and all of that happened. But during 1975, they were doing a lot of work getting ready for the 1976 bicentennial year, right? So we got all of this hoopla happening with the bicentennial 1976 America's birthday thing, and at the same time they're putting the finishing touches on the Children's Science Center out there, and the guy at the helm of this Children's Science Center is none other than Buzz Aldrin, right, the astronaut. So we've got this science thing going on, and an astronaut at the helm, and my father goes to meet with the people and do a public service announcement, a PSA, for the radio station, because it was a public radio station, so they didn't have commercials. Everything, all their breaks were PSAs. That was it. So he does a short interview with Buzz Aldrin, the astronaut, and does a recorded interview so that he can use the audio footage to create a PSA, and has him do his spokesperson stuff right there with a hand tape recorder, you know, over his shoulder, you know, notebook full of questions. And I'm like, this guy was on the moon, right? And I got to shake his hand, and that was heavy, you know. That was really, really heavy. And it's like been, you know, since the 90s when I got to meet Pappy Boynton, that, I mean, I went 30 years without shaking hands or meeting an idol or a hero or something. And it wasn't until recently that, again, I started putting myself in the position to actually meet people. Well, I get some dropped frames there. I got 0% dropped frames, but I'm at 51 dropped frames. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I hope it's not affecting the show too much. But yeah, I think we should get into listening to a little bit of something. We're just about a half an hour into the show. I do want to do some more talking, but I also want to get these shows out of the way. And you know what? If there comes a time where I just want to talk, it is my morning show. It's my prerogative. Forgive my sound here. And then what? You can always listen to the stuff in a playlist, because it's always available in a playlist. Everything that we listen to on the morning show is on a playlist. Some kind of playlist somewhere at some point. You can find all of this stuff. Easy to find. Totally easy to find. So if we miss something, just pick it up later. I'm only going to be here 3 hours in the morning. And I don't always want to sit and listen to something. Sometimes I just want to talk, you know. Talk. But I do have some great stuff, so we are going to listen to something here. And hopefully we won't lose our sound. We won't get all robot-like and get all broken up, because that'd be a bummer, man. That'd be a total bummer. Okay, so I am going to go over to the graphics computer here. This is a graphics computer. This is where I do my graphics stuff. I am going to go to YouTube on my graphics computer. I am going to go to my playlist for this morning on YouTube. It is the Old Time Radio Wednesday playlist. Easy to find. Just go to playlists. It's right next to the community tab. Did you know that the community tab is an actual community? That's where I talk about my show and put photos and ask questions and that kind of stuff. You can go and see me shaking hands with Ben Harper, one of my latest heroes. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We got see the full playlist. And Old Time Radio Wednesday is it's got a great playlist. I mean, it's really starting to get packed up. I got 24 videos in there now. That's fantastic. Okay, like I said, Superman is there. The Baby from Krypton. It's a great episode. Right now we are going to listen to The Vickersons, one of my favorite series. It started as a little 10-minute break episode series, and then it blossomed into a half-an-hour show. Fantastic stuff. So let's get started with that. Let me click this up, make sure there's no commercials.
The makers of Dreen Shampoo are pleased to present the first in a series of new programs starring Don Amici, Danny Thomas, and Francis Langford with Carmen Dragon and his orchestra. In their desire to provide a full half hour of entertainment, the sponsors of this program have instructed me to be brief while extolling the many virtues of Dreen, spelled D-R-E-N-E. No adjectives, however, are to be spared in the description of our triad of star performers. Stars who are as lustrous as your hair after using Dreen Shampoo, spelled S-H-A-M-P-O-O. Now, here is your host for this evening, the amiable and talented gentleman who succeeds in rolling many facets into a career as an actor, singer, country squire, horse breeder, football impresario, and family man, Don Amici.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. Let me add that...
Say, Don, what's all this talk about a new program? When does that start?
Well, it starts tonight, Carmen. It'll be an entirely different setup.
Oh, all musical numbers?
Well, not exactly.
Oh, nearly all music?
No.
Mostly music?
Well, to tell you the truth, Carmen, we're going to experiment. The plan is to start with as little music as possible and gradually work it up to where we have none at all.
I see. Well, I wish we were still with Dreen.
What? This is still the Dreen show, Carmen. Same sponsor.
You mean I have to keep on using that stuff?
Well, it happens to be an excellent shampoo.
Oh, brother. This is going to be a tough season. Carmen Dragon and his lustrous hair. No music. We'll hear what Petrillo has to say about this.
Well, you needn't be so churlish about it.
What's the matter, Don?
Oh, that Carmen, he's just... Well, Francis Langford, you had no business sneaking in. Wonderful introduction.
Oh, it's just as well. Who is that chap?
Well, he's the orchestra leader, Carmen Dragon.
What was the argument about?
Well, not an argument, really. He somehow had the impression that the new Dream program would be all band numbers.
Didn't he know I was going to be on the show?
Well, yes, but...
It's going to be all singing, of course, isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, you see, Francis...
Mostly singing anyway, isn't it? Do I get to sing at all?
Oh, of course, darling.
Well, that's enough for me.
Oh, you're wonderful. And just so you'll understand how I feel about you, Francis, I'll put all my sentiments into an old Spanish proverb. El ojo del amo engorda el caballo.
How lovely, Don. What does it mean?
The eye of the master fattens the horse.
What's this with horses?
I don't know. You sing, Francis, and I'll try to get to the bottom of this.
All right, Don. How about doing my latest Mercury recording? It's called Sooner or Later. Sooner or later, you're gonna be coming around. I'll betcha. I'll betcha that I get you. You wait and see. Sooner or later, you'll wanna be hanging around. I'll let you. I'll betcha if I let you. You baby me. You're gonna knock on my door. Did it before. Matter of factly, I don't know exactly when. But sooner or later, you're gonna be coming around and want my loving
Now, you swear you had nothing to do with that horse thing, Toby?
Word of honor, Don. I've been working on this Green announcement. They want it brief, you know.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen Danny Thomas yet?
No. I've got most of the essentials in, but there are 2 or 3 very important things I'd like to say if I had just more time.
Well, read it fast. You don't suppose he forgot about tonight, do you?
Who?
Danny Thomas.
Oh, he'll be along. Listen to this, Don. A beautiful girl dressed in her best, makeup just right, and each soft tendril of her lustrous, green, clean hair is an enchantment and a snare to catch a lover's eye.
He may have had a flat tire.
Don't be a flat tire, girls. Be glamorous. Be sure your hair is always sparkling clean and radiantly bright. Use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. You see, girls, Dreen is not a soap shampoo and never leaves dulling film on hair as all soaps do. Dreen dramatizes all the soft, thrilling texture of your hair, reveals all its shining loveliness, as much as 33% more luster than any soap shampoo. And Dreen does not dry out hair. Instead, its fragrant, freshening, whipped cream lather leaves hair soft and smooth and beautifully behaved. Yes, girls, for lovely, lustrous hair, use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. Use it at home or ask for it at your beauty shop. Buy it at all drug department and 10-cent stores. Remember, no other shampoo leaves your hair more lustrous, yet so easy to manage. Dreen, D-R-E-N-E. Well, what do you think, Don?
I think he must have had an accident.
Well, who must have had an accident?
Danny Thomas.
If he doesn't show up, can I play a band number?
Well, I guess you'll have to, Carmen. Play something now.
But, Don, wait. What about the Dreen announcement?
Make it shorter. I've got to find Danny Thomas. Hey, Danny.
Oh, hello, Don.
Come on out.
No.
Oh, Danny, the program's been on the air for 15 minutes. You can't sit in that phone booth all night.
I know it.
Well, come on out of there.
No. No, Don, I'm scared. I don't want to go on the radio.
Oh, now, look, Danny, I can understand and sympathize with your fear of the microphone, but Locking yourself up like this. It's a public phone booth. Supposing someone wants to make a call.
You can always step out for a minute. If it's a man.
And if it's a woman?
I'm married. I don't step out with women. Gee, I'd give anything to be back on that little farm in Deerfield, Michigan.
In Deerfield?
Oh, the garden spot of the world. No microphones. Boy, I was happy there.
Well, you'll be happy here, too. Come on.
Each morning I'd rise at dawn while the dew still sparkled on the grass, and in my bare feet I'd wander slipshod through the cowslips.
Sounds like a very restful occupation. Now, come on, Danny.
Oh, it was heaven. I raised flowers in water.
No soil?
Not a grain. And you know, Don, I once managed to raise an orchid using nothing but water and a special root food.
A root food?
Yeah, a root food with a weed seed. Makes me just feel so wonderful just to think about it now.
Well, now, come on. How about taking a crack at that microphone?
Oh, certainly. That microphone isn't anything to be afraid of. It's only a piece of metal on a pipe. I mean, it can't do me any harm. I'm not afraid of anything, you hear me?
Well, that's the way to talk.
Yeah, but that's not the way I feel.
Now, look, Danny, I'm a busy man and I'm losing patience.
Yeah, but...
I'm thoroughly ashamed of you. You're nothing but a jelly-spined excuse for a human being.
Well, that's not
There's
right.
nothing more I can say.
Well, wait.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but... How do you like that? Walked away from me, mad. I can't get over it. I can get over it. I never saw such intolerance. What is it, so tough to be a radio star? All you need is culture, vocabulary, diction, enunciation, and the ability to wash the sponsor's laundry. I'm thoroughly ashamed of you, he says to me. I should have said, bigger men than you have been thoroughly ashamed of me. I should have. I'm a busy man, he says to me. I should have said, if you're so busy, what are you wasting your time on a dope like me? I should have said. Well, that's telling him. If I wanted to, I could do anything he can do. After all, under the Constitution, we are all created free and equal, without malice or forethought. Yes, sir, boy. I know that Constitution backwards. I do. America of the States United, therefore, Constitution this established for, so and. And that's just part of it backwards. Boy, I wish I had the courage to get out of this phone booth. I could be a big radio star. Gee, I can just see me now in front of that microphone. I'd climb the ladder of success and thrill the world in making it. For I know that being on the ether is much more fun than taking it. What's Don Amici got that I haven't got? What if he is a big star? Now suppose he makes a fortune acting in a picture show. Suppose the girls say he's a smooth romancer. Do I need empty things like that? 1,000 times no. Ooh, what a dope. I ask myself a silly question, I get a silly answer. What's Don Amici got that I haven't got? I'm not the least bit impressed. You know, they say his tones are pear-shaped and his ear is very true. His snow-white teeth and golden voice create so much ado. So what? My teeth are golden and my ears are pear-shaped too. He's just not as normal as I, that's all. Why, when I'm radio's top personality, I'll thrill the world with my superb mentality.
And now from the stage of Lowe's Parafox, we bring that man with a million questions and cash for your answers, Dr. I. Thomascue.
Thank you, Toby Reed, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As you all know, my able assistants are spotted throughout the house. In the balcony, Murray Leavoff. On my right, Larry Burgle. In the center aisle, Harry Ince. And in the box office, my mother counting the cash. And now to my left, Carlton Alsop.
Doctor, I have a lady.
Is she pretty?
Yes.
Then give that lady 900 children out.
Doctor, I have a gentleman.
Very well, gentlemen. Now, tonight, our accumulated prize money is 19,000 silver dollars. For 19,000 silver dollars, sir, listen carefully. What was the population of Chardissyria in the year 123 B.C.?
5 people.
Yike! We're bankrupt. And every day you'll hear me air my views. I'll scrutinize and analyze the news.
We are indeed fortunate in having with us that prominent commentator, Mr. H.V. Thomasbourne.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today was fraught with news, some good, some bad. And as I see things, although I do not like to make rash predictions, I can safely say the news was both good and bad. In the stock market today, the bulls were rampant. Or was it the bears? It is highly possible, but not probable, although not impossible, that rumors are impending. The Treasury Department had filed a declaration of intent. Now, what does this mean? Highly authoritative sources, which I cannot divulge at this moment, say, who can tell? Therefore, my friends, my own private official analysis of this taut and turbulent situation is this. The bulls undoubtedly would unless the bears decide to No other commentator has made this analysis. And so, in conclusion, my friends, I can safely say that for tonight at least, That's not the extent of my ability. My 4 an hour shows my versatility. Ja krajnish panish dorogai ilyok vabromkov with 2 pair of pants. With men krovaki to cook best, it's kanyushnyek. 2 to 1. Rachil padim do my stokai, Betty Grebel is a matchnik paratuka sweater. Ivrajnish lavashnish matukia. Every Saturday and Sunday. Stand by. Yaza, Sam, Shazar, Yakukachipupchika, Grooven, Watch Time, Tachtik. And now you've heard me in a typical Thomas Day. So in conclusion, neighbors, I can safely say, da-da-da-da-da-da. What's down in me you got that I haven't got? I could be way up on top. Now, I must admit he's charming and he's very debonair, but I'm convinced the sponsor thinks I'm better for the air, because like green shampoo I get in everybody's hair. I've got those, who does he think he is, and what's he pushing me around for? Donamichi Blue.
Did you find Danny Thomas, Don?
Yes, Francis, I had quite a talk with him. He's very neurotic. He's deathly afraid of a microphone.
Not really.
Excuse me, Miss Langford.
Oh, hello.
Miss Langford, you have such lovely hair. I'll bet you use Dreen.
Of course I use Dream. Is there anything else?
I knew it. More beautiful women shampoo with Dreen than any other shampoo. Yes, Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action brings out all of the loveliness in any girl's hair. Dreen your hair and you reveal all its sparkling natural highlights, all its glorious luster. Dreen your hair and you glamorize all its soft, thrilling texture. Dreen your hair and you remove all luster-dulling soap film and unsightly dandruff flakes. And Dreen's fragrant, freshening, whipped cream lather leaves your hair silken soft.
Since Toby was so nice to you, why don't you do something for him?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Langford sings, Oh, But I Do.
You think I don't love you? Oh, but I do. How can I show that I do? You think I don't get blue? Oh, but I do. Oh, I get light-hearted too. First I'm singing, then I'm sighing, then I'm flying above. You think I don't know why? Oh, but I do. I know that it's you. I don't know why. Oh, but I do. I know that it's you I love.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the bringing to life of two new characters in a domestic vignette. Don Amici and Francis Langford as the principals, John and Blanche Bickerson, in The Honeymoon is Over. The Bickersons have retired. Mrs. Bickerson tosses restlessly while her husband, John, lies in a profound, dreamless sleep composed of equal parts of bourbon and sleeping pills.
John. John. John! Turn over on your side. You're snoring hideously. Why don't you get one of those snore balls at Eel and Conger's Sleep Shop? You've got everything else. Double thickness sleep shade, lullaby musical pillow, toe mittens, electric pajamas, and an automatic sheep counter. I know you've got insomnia, but when you do fall asleep, you snore so loud you sound like a Hotchkiss reciprocating force pump draining a peat bog in Clonakilty. Why don't you get a snore ball? If you take those wax corks out of your ears, you'd be able to hear me.
Why don't you let me sleep, Blanche?
Get a snore ball.
What's a snore ball?
It's a rubber thing you pin to your pajamas, and when you roll over on your back, it squeaks at you and wakes you up.
What do I need that for when I got you?
Don't be so funny. If you won't let me sleep, I won't let you sleep either.
Okay, if that's how you want it. Turn the lights on.
The lights are on. Take off that sleep shade.
Oh. All right. I'm awake. Now, what do you want?
I don't see how you can sleep anyway.
Who's sleeping?
I've been waiting and waiting for you to say something, but you never did. Do you know what day this is?
It's not day, it's night.
You've forgotten.
Blanche, that's one thing I will not be accused of. I have not forgotten how to tell day from night.
Not that. How could you forget?
Forget what?
Today is our wedding anniversary.
Blanche, this is Sunday, and our anniversary is Monday, the 16th.
I know it is.
What are you beefing about?
What time is it?
Time? It's 12 o'clock.
It's 1 minute past. That makes it Monday, and that's our anniversary, and you completely forgot about it.
How do you like that,
Well, you did.
Here I am, suffering from insomnia. Finally managed to fall asleep, and you're thinking up all sorts of weird excuses to wake me. Lying there like an aardvark waiting to pounce on its prey.
Aardvarks don't pounce on their prey.
What do I care?
You're trying to make me forget that you forgot to remember not to forget our anniversary.
There must be a simpler way of saying that.
Well, I don't care. I always remember your birthday.
Blanche, I didn't forget our anniversary. In fact, I even bought a present for you today. I was going to give it to you in the morning. It's in the hall closet.
No, it isn't.
It is, too. I put it there.
I sent it back. That's not the kind of a present a man buys for his wife.
You sent it back? That beautiful black nightgown?
Why don't you give it to your girlfriend, that vixen Gloria Gooseby?
Gloria Gooseby is not my girlfriend. She's yours. And she's not a vixen. She's a nice girl. And she doesn't wear black nightgowns. I mean, how do I know what kind of nightgown? Don't you dare make those insinuating noises.
Oh, go to sleep, silly.
Go to sleep? You woke me up to start this fight, and now you tell me to go to sleep. You planned this whole thing just to get in a dig at Gloria Gooseby. Why do you keep asking her to dinner if you despise her so much,
How can you just say I despise Gloria Gooseby? Of course, you made a cheap copy of my wool sports dress, but I'm very fond of her.
I'm sure she feels the same way about you.
As a matter of fact, you're the one who doesn't like the Goosebeys. You told me 1,000 times that Leo Gooseby is a heel.
I never said he was a heel. I said he was a toad. Besides, he's my best friend.
Why, only last week you said you hated him.
I did last week. Where's my sleep shade?
That's right. Go to sleep and let me suffer all night with the knowledge that you forgot our anniversary.
I didn't forget!
You haven't even said happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. John,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I am too. Good night.
Good night. John, you don't have to buy me another present.
Don't be silly. I'll buy anything you want.
Really, you don't have to. When I sent the nightgown back, I ordered something else for myself. That'll be your present for me.
That's good.
Oh, you would love it. It's the most adorable mink stole. And I got full credit on the nightgown. I simply couldn't resist it. It was such a wonderful bargain. $698.
That's fine. $698?
Marked down from $700.
Why, you must be crazy. $698?
At that price, the stole is a steal.
Now look, Blanche.
I know what you're thinking, John Bickerson, but I'm not going to send it back.
Now, Blanche.
You don't hesitate to spend anything on yourself.
Listen to me.
Every time I think of you paying $18 for a derby hat, I get so indignant I could spit.
I bought the hat 3 years ago.
And you've never even worn it.
It didn't fit.
Well, if you can throw away money on a hat that doesn't even fit, I'm certainly entitled to a mink stole. Good night, dear.
Good night. Good night. Oh, what are you going to do with a woman like that, huh? Oh, boy. $698 for a mink derby. Doesn't fit.
John, answer the phone. The telephone, answer it.
Hello?
Go to the phone and answer it.
Oh. I don't know why you had to put so far away from my bed.
It was next to your bed. You had the bed moved.
Well, I wanted to get away from the phone. Wish the darn thing had never been invented.
Look who's talking.
Oh, I hacked my shin. Put the lights on.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Oh. Hello.
Yaco, this is Amos. Did I wake you?
No. I have to get up at 7 anyway, and it's 12:30 already.
Who is it?
That half-witted brother of yours.
Huh?
Nothing. What's the matter?
I just thought I'd call and wish you and Sis a happy anniversary. Say, how about if I bring a few friends over for a fast drink, huh?
How about if you drop dead and let me sleep?
Now, what did you do that for?
What right has that idiot got calling me in the middle of the night? Where's my sleep shade? Put out the lights.
Of all the ill-tempered creatures, John Bickerson, you're the vilest. You're just angry at yourself because he remembered our anniversary and you forgot it.
I didn't forget it.
I just don't understand why you dislike my brother Amos so intensely. He sent you a box of cigars on your birthday.
I know. They tasted like a mixture of sheep dip and cracker dust. Now, look, will you let me sleep?
I'm thoroughly ashamed of you. You have no right to humiliate me, even if he is my brother. You wouldn't act that way if your boss called. Believe me, I'm not going to let you get away with it. You get right up and call Amos back and apologize. John, you go right to the telephone and call my brother and tell him you're sorry.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Go on, or I'll pack my things and...
All right. Oh, my shit. Put on the lights.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Maybe I was a little short with him, but he knows I don't sleep very well, and he should have thought twice before he...
Hello?
Amos, this is John. Look, John, I want to thank you for your good wishes. And if you like, you can bring your friends over for a drink.
Drink? What's the idea of waking up a guy in the middle of the night? Go to sleep, you imbecile.
Well, I'll be... There you are, Mrs. Wise Guy. So I called him back just to please you, and what... Blanche. Hey, Blanche. Nuts.
Hey, Don, Don, a terrible thing happened. I tried to get Danny out of that phone booth, and he fainted dead away.
Oh, good heavens. Will you tell the people about next week's show, Toby, and I'll try to bring him, too.
This is Toby Reed, ladies and gentlemen, thanking you all for turning your dials our way tonight. Remember, for lovely, lustrous hair, use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. No other shampoo leaves your hair more lustrous, yet so easy to manage. Well, it's a fairly safe bet we'll be able to cure Danny Thomas's neurosis and get him back to the microphone for next week's program. Along with Francis Langford, Carmen Dragon, and your host for the evening, Don Amici. And now
It's okay, Toby. We brought him, too.
What did he say?
He said, bring me 2 more. Take care of him, Toby. Until next Sunday, this is Don Amici wishing you good days, good nights, and good luck. Until we meet again.
So that is one of my favorite shows. I like the play between Don Amici and Francis Langford. They're so funny together. I mean, it just gets better and better. The variety version of the short, 10, 12-minute episode show, that's a little different. I prefer just the straight 8 to 12-minute episodes of just the Bickersons going at it. And so what I might do is bring you a bunch of the episodes that happened before this premiere, so we can really get into just them two going at it. And then I might just edit out all of the crap and just bring you Bickersons. Bickersons. I dig me some Bickersons, baby. It's just great stuff. They're just awesome. They're just totally awesome. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. I'm just over here poking about on my computer, poking and doing things, pushing buttons and clicking on little things like that, because because I can find cool little gems and bring them to you, like this.
Across the nation, communities and the parents of Boy Scouts are observing Boy Scout Week, agreeing with the boys themselves that adventure, that's scouting.
I wonder if you can hear my headphones over there. Can you hear my headphones over there? I guess it's kind of happening at the same time, so it's probably just like an echo thing. Or like sustain or something. Yeah, so there you go. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. I wouldn't want to be wasting our time, as it were. Wow, so yeah, I've got to wake up my wife at 6:45, so my alarm will be going off at some point to remind me of this. And then, let me just go ahead and drop these headphones onto the floor. And maybe that'll help, so I'm not hearing a little sound of myself next to me. So I've got to wake her up to get ready to go out, because this is Wednesday, and this is the day that she goes out to help some friends. And then when I do that, I'll be putting on a radio show, the last radio show, X-1, and that will give me time to wake her up and make her some breakfast, and give her besos and wish her on her way. And then we'll finish with the last hour of the show, I can't say it enough. I'm really having fun with this nighttime show, nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. So if you're popping in and out of my show here, be sure to tune in at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show. It's only an hour long-ish. I start the show off with something from the morning, so that I can do my tech check and make sure my streaming is beaming, and then we get into the show at 5 o'clock. So I usually start about a 4:15 or 4:30ish, and put something on to check my stream. And then at 5 o'clock the fun begins, and we listen to a lot of old-timey music. I've just started bringing up commercials now, so we've got commercials and stuff to listen to, which is really, really cool. So that kind of enhances the whole feel of the show, right? I mean, it's just so much fun, you know. It really is, to just sit back and go, oh my gosh, I remember that.
You worked too hard, you ate too much, the cheesecake made you greedy. Let your aching head and stomach hear this message from old Speedy. Alka-Seltzer, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Ah, those Speedy Alka-Seltzer bubbles burst into action to relieve your upset stomach and aching head fast. Use only as directed. Oh, what a relief it is. What a relief.
Totally. That's awesome stuff right there. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that in the evenings. A whole lot of that. A lot of great music. I have been kind of reliving my youth through my father's radio shows from the 1970s, kind of listening to some of those and learning about the artists that he enjoyed listening to, and finding out that we have different tastes, and that I am akin to stuff from the 20s and 30s, whereas he was more into the 30s, 40s, big band, swing era. And I'm more of the old-time jazz, blues, western stuff. In fact, this evening before the show, I'll be trying to dig up some old-timey western. That'll be neat. Some Bob Wills, some Hank Williams Sr., and some other great artists from way early on, like Tex Ritter, and what's that guy's? I'm really gonna have to do my research. But it should be a lot of fun. My evening show is so jam-packed full of stuff now that I barely have time to speak. People out there going, yeah, shut up, old dude. But I'm getting better now at just playing the entertainment and kind of just sitting back and enjoying it with everyone. I'm using my father and his shows as kind of a model as to how I pull my shows off. Granted, it's different because I have the addition of video to my show, which is cool. But I try not to focus on myself so much. I rarely put myself up on the screen. Mainly the old-time, nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show looks like this most of the time. And then occasionally I'll pop in so that I could be there enjoying the fun with you. But for the most part, the nighttime show is just about what's playing. In fact, if you've been watching the nighttime show or the lava lamp cam, I have changed something. And maybe some of you can tell me what I have changed there in the picture. So there's a little trivia question there for you, a little quiz banger. If you've been paying attention, there's going to be a quiz later. So, you know, things are getting better here. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm having a whole lot of fun. When I stop having fun, you won't see me here anymore. That's it. I'm just having way too much fun. There's no other, I'll say there's very few reasons in my life, in my world, that would get me up at 4 in the morning after a couple of hours sleep on a regular basis. So that just goes to show you how much fun I'm having at this. And then I'm having so much fun, I'm doing it twice a day now, 5 days a week. And it's crazy. I should be paying someone to enjoy this much of myself. This is fantastic, you know. I never used to just say, "Oh, let's go out." You know, I was the first one to say, "Let's get in bed and watch a movie." Literally, that was it. That was my life. Every night was get in bed, watch a movie, get in bed, watch a movie. If I hadn't spent the whole day in bed already, right? So, I mean, Monday night, took the little car and went out to open mic. Hung out there for a couple of hours with the guys, watching, enjoying, soaking up the music. And then I get a notification on good old Face Blank that to remind me that the open mic has changed from daytime on Sundays to nighttime on Tuesdays. So I'm like, oh wow, that's tonight. So I nudge the wife a bunch of times and finally get her to go out with me, and we go out, and it's like 3 blocks down the road. I mean, it's so close. We could have walked there had we not already been so beat, right? And I know, walk more and you'll have more energy, you know? That's what I keep telling my daughter. So we went out and we spent a couple of hours sitting there enjoying the live open mic deal. And what's neat about the open mic there is that it is well produced by musicians for musicians. They actually rehearse. They rehearse for the open mic, okay? They get together and I guess it's Paul and Chris and perhaps Paul, and they jam with the performers who are going to be backed up by the band. And last night was phenomenal. There was this old dude, I mean really old geezer guy, just one of my favorite people from last night. Tall, really tall guy, David. David, I don't remember his last name, but he was wearing a burgundy coat, jacket, sports jacket, and burgundy colored jeans with some great patterns on them. He had bluish hair, a great, really cool hat on, and lots of stuff on his lapels. He was just really, really cool, and he got up there and told everyone he was going to do what's called caterwauling. And I'm thinking, oh God, what is he going to do? Is he going to call cattle? Is he going to scream like a cat? Is he going to meow? Is he going to just get up there and go? I mean, I was like, uh-oh, what's this going to be? And he was an old, pardon my adjustment there. He was an old dude, probably 60s, right? I'm like a couple of years from that. And he did Hey Good Lookin', Hank Williams, I believe, right? And another song, I can't remember. Oh, for the life of me, I cannot remember what other song he did. And it was just fantastic. He did have an old man caterwauling voice, but it was dead on. It was perfect, you know. A little yodel, a little squeak, a little, you know, breaks in his high voice, you know, would crack. It was just beautiful, and it was well rehearsed with the band. And then there were some other great acts there. Paul Moeller. I have video of Paul Moeller. I started recording after his first song, and I was like, you should have recorded that first song because it was just brilliant, and the whole band was brilliant. So I recorded the second one, and it's a great song from his upcoming album. I'm going to have to look for it out here at the local record stores, because they do bring that local stuff to the record stores, which is very, very cool. So I'm going to have to keep my eyes open for Paul Moeller. So surprise, surprise, you know, went out. Tavi was there. Tavi went out and he did a great set. Of course, he was playing right at the time that the sun was going down. So as soon as he started playing, his guitar started to cool, and his guitar started to go out of tune in various directions, and it was like he kept trying to fix it and adjust it, and I was like, oh man, I felt so simpatico with the guy going out of tune, right? And it happened in both songs. Both songs, his guitar went out of, and usually, you know, you do 3 songs up there, and he was just like, eh. But he does this several nights, well, quite a few nights a week. He's going to be out at the Palms Friday, and at the Spaghetti Western Saturday. Local venues. Anybody local watching, get out there, check it out. Yeah, so, you know, normally I wouldn't be the guy to hitch it up and say, come on, baby, we're going out. You know, we didn't even have any drinks. Just because we weren't there for drinks. I mean, we didn't feel like drinking. I offered to, you know, you want a margarita, baby? I'm driving. You know. And she's like, nah. Hey, bud. Wow. Yeah, this whole live thing is taking on such a whole huge part of my life, right? I mean, it's like from about midnight when my day begins, I'm looking at anywhere from 2 to 4 hours sleep, right? From midnight. And then I get up at 4. And then I'm live by 4:30. I'm live doing something, having something on the air. Why does he call it air? It ain't air. Leave him alone, Harry. He's old school. So by 5, I'm sitting here doing this. 5 a.m. I'm here till 8. After that, I'm still here. Everything gets shut down. Cameras, monitors, programs, audio, video stuff. Everything gets shut down except for the 2 computers. And then that's when the next part of my day begins. Now, it might begin then, or it might begin later. But usually, I'll put in an hour or 2 in the morning after the show, doing research, downloading music for the evening, editing video. There's just a number of different things that I'll do before I get to take a nap, and then I'll take a nap as early as 10, and I'll sleep as late as 4. Lately, I've been getting up at 3, so that by 4, I'm ready to get in here and have my shit together by 4:15, 4:30, so I'm live by 4:30 regardless. And that's in the evening, so that by 5 p.m. evening, after waking up with about 2 to 3 hours sleep, somewhere between 10 and 3, and I get 2 hours in there somewhere, and then I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm gonna get my volume down a little bit there. I don't want to keep scaring people with my voice, but I don't want to whisper, and I don't want to, hey, where did I go? Hey, where did you go, man? Hey, where did you go? So then I'm on till 6. And then from 6, it's like, well, now what am I going to do, right? I may sit from 6 to midnight and edit video and upload stuff to YouTube and work on content, right? And now I've got a lot to work on, which means that my time is not my own. I don't even get to sit and watch TV anymore. I love to watch old TV, old movies. That's some of my favorite stuff right there. And I don't get to do that right now. Even when I go to sleep and get in bed, I'm putting on a sleeping pill movie so I can go to sleep. And that just means a movie that I've seen a million times. A movie that I enjoy, a good movie. But I can use it to put myself to sleep. You know, by a specific point in the movie, I'm like, out. Gone. every single time, unless I decide, consciously that I want to stay awake and watch it, and then I will. But usually I can just say, okay, it's time to go to sleep, put on the movie, fast forward to a certain point, and then by the next point I'm gone. Within 10 minutes of the movie, I'll set the timer for an hour, hour and a half, just so that I have that ambient sound in the room. But I don't really need it with the air conditioner on. But I'll tell you what, when I don't have it on, even if I'm out and I'm exhausted and I don't even know it's there, I still know it's there. I gotta let a dog out. I'll be right back. Lava lamp cam. Alright, I'm back, and I got a big-faced dog that wants to sit there and scratch. Hi, big face. You want to come sit in this chair? Huh? You want to sit here with me? No? Does that mean you want to drink water? What do you want to do? You're such a funny dog. You're such a funny dog. My goodness, what a funny dog. Oh, what a funny dog. Oh, there was a little peek of her face. So at some point, I'm going to be setting up a third camera in this room. I'm going to be arranging my cameras so that they are on permanent brackets, adjustable brackets on the walls, so that they're up out of the way and kind of in a semi-permanent position. That will allow me a little freedom in the house. It will allow me the ability to have my tripods for mobile stuff without having to disassemble my set here. It'll kind of give a sense of permanency to my set, which is going to really, really help me in the long run. So the third camera I'm going to have, you see the lava lamp cam, I'll have this pulled back a little bit further and angled so that it'll pick up the room from one side, or the lava lamp cam, or focused in on me from one side. And then I'll have the front-facing cam here. Basically, it'll be able to pick up the whole room, or focus in on one of the two chairs in the room. And then I'm going to add a third cam over this way that is then going to be able to focus in on the room and then zoom in on the other person in the other chair and what's happening on that side of the room, so that I get a better, a more full sense of being in this room, so I can get big full shots of the whole room, shots of the left side of the room, the right side of the room, be able to zoom in on any part of the room, and I think that's going to add a lot more to the fun. So that'll be happening in season 4 of Mornings and the rest of the channel, and I sure love that morning light coming in. That's coming in earlier and earlier now. So we're going to do some camera changes. Foot liquor. I'm going to add some. See, you screwed up my train of thought, Foot liquor. So I'm going to add another camera, do some camera changes, and add the whole phone, the live telephone conversation thing. I'll have an old school telephone mic'd with one of those old Radio Shack suction cup microphone things, and have that wired up to something that'll go into my mixer here, so that we can enjoy phone conversations with people, whether they know it or not. If corporate allows, what we're going to do is have friends give me
phone numbers of some of their friends, and then I will call them and perhaps, you know, do a little play acting with them and harangue them over the phone, ask them silly questions and stuff, repeated callbacks, and just kind of play around with people. And then at the same time, get the actual person who gave me their phone number on the other line so that they can say, hey, it's me, I got my friend here, he's messing with you, hey, ha, ha, ha. And we can do something like that. And I think that'll be neat. You know, that'll be fun. We can do that in the mornings on Friday, in the evenings on Friday, to kind of do a comedy thing and get that weekend thing started. Boy, look at that. I should get like a ponytail or something going, you know. I'm too bald to have a mullet. Wouldn't that be funny, to have a bald head mullet? No way. I'm going to set my curtain and get an incense lit, so I'll take you over here to the incense area. I like it to burn the incense. It's like it to burn the incense. See? Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Oh, so do you think the new live action Beavis is a pyromaniac? A coffee devouring pyromaniac cornholio? Huh? Huh? Anybody? Anybody want to field that one? Because I don't like it. I don't like anything about this new reboot shit. There are very few reboot movies that I like. However, that being said, I just saw a preview for Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy and Judge Reinhold and a lot of the original cast, done very, very much like the original. I'd like to see who's directing it. Right? That's important, but not as important as it really tying everything together, being something that actually resembles something from the original. What you call it? Moneymaker. Pardon that. Damn, that was loud. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of reboots entirely, but there have been a few that I can say have impressed me. Okay? Okay? Okay. Like for sure, you know. I think what we're going to do in a little bit is the next radio show we have for today is Captain Midnight. And it is only, I think, a 12 or 13 minute episode. So we will go ahead and play that.
We're going to play that shortly here.
And then have some time to talk before I wake up the little lady and get her fed and on her way.
Alrighty then. Alrighty.
So let's see.
What do I gotta do? I gotta push some buttons here and click on some things and do some stuff and make things happen. Yes, sirree.
You must go to Crazy Guy. Crazy, man, crazy. And it always takes me to that first page is news stuff. Right? I'm just going to have to make YouTube my homepage. That's just going to... Oh, look what that did. So thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you, new friends. Overnight, I've gotten 3 more subscribers. It seems that when things are rolling good on my channel, I actually get a couple of subscribers a day. And I'm so thankful for that. It really puts the importance on getting my live telethon together. So I'll be working on that this weekend. But this is live. This is my live channel. This is reality. This is the realest reality show you're going to see. Is my channel. So I thought I would bring you, hours and hours and hours of me. Oh wow, that's really a lot of fun. But we're going to do this show, and then we'll go from this show right back into the telethon. We'll do the telethon, and then right into the other show. And the only breaks in between will be the amount of time it takes to set up the next live stream, right? So that it will be a telethon, but it will be broken up by my shows, right? Because I want to continue my shows, and I want my shows to be put into their playlist, where they should be. In fact, I've got to make sure to go and manage my videos here on YouTube and get things put into their correct playlists so that we keep up with that. All right, so I am going to now go into a playlist, and I am going to play the next old-time radio show for this morning, and this one is Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight! Another one of my favorite shows. It's just a high-adventure show trying to get young people into wanting to fly planes, basically. And a lot of the episodes I remember talk about flight school. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead, and I will get my headphones on so I can adjust the volumes and make sure everything's set. And yes, I do sound kind of loud, but I'm okay back here. I can hear me. That's cool, man. That's totally cool. Okay. So this morning's Captain Midnight is an early morning talk, which is perfect. So away we go with Captain Midnight.
The Scully Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Scully Oil Company, Scully Jobbers and Dealers. And now, as I told you yesterday, this is Dad's Night on the Captain Midnight program. We hope there are lots of dads listening in, and we want you all to know that you're heartily welcome here. We hope you'll enjoy Captain Midnight almost as much as those wide-awake sons and daughters of yours do. And here's something else. I want to thank you, dads, for all the help you've been to Flight Patrol members everywhere. Without your cheerfully stopping at your Scully service station with your eager young aviation enthusiasts, it would be almost impossible to carry on all the activities of the Flight Patrol that your sons and daughters enjoy so much. Now, maybe they don't tell you so, but I'm sure they really do appreciate your stopping for their spinning medals of membership and their Flight Patrol reporters and all the other giveaways their Scully man has for them every few weeks. But here's the thing. We hope you don't mind it very much either. Because, of course, we think that every stop at a Scully service station is a worthwhile one for any man's car. And we think you'll find it so as time goes on. Scully men do their best to render a really superior brand of service. A brand of service that's in keeping with the superior quality of the Scully products they sell. You know, honestly, I think the downright personal interest your Scully man takes in the welfare of your car is very important, just like the uniform excellence of the Scully tailor-made Aeromax gasoline he pumps into your tank. And I think the little extra courtesies he renders with a smile are worth a lot, as is the long-lasting protection your motor receives from Scully Tagoline motor oil. And surely the expert knowledge he puts into practice in his Scully Grease Master service is every bit as important as the scientific perfection of the Scully lubricants he uses in each part of your car. Yes, when you come to count the benefits, I think you'll be glad you got into the habit of stopping at your Scully service station. And if you haven't already got the habit, well, there's a young co-pilot sitting beside you there who'll be mighty glad to chart your course to the nearest Skelly service station and maybe even introduce you to the Skelly man personally. Why don't you try it, Dad, the next time you're out with the family car? And now to Captain Midnight. A happy throng, indeed, are gathered together at Senor Juan Paredes' hacienda in the central part of Mexico. Ivan Shark has been driven off, and all of Senor Paredes' people have been reunited. Senor Paredes would like to have Captain Midnight and his friends stay for a long visit, but that, of course, is impossible. However, Captain Midnight has agreed to stay for the huge fiesta which Senor Paredes has insisted upon giving. It is now the morning after Ivan Shark's escape. Warm sunlight floods the courtyard of the hacienda. Captain Midnight and Chuck are sitting on the low wall of the bubbling fountain in the center of the courtyard. Let's listen as Chuck says.
Last night was the first good sleep I've had in weeks.
Yes, talk about sleep, Chuck. I must have slept about 18 hours.
That's right. You went to bed in the afternoon and didn't get up till a little while ago.
No. Oh, what a luxury. To sleep on good mattresses and between sheets, overlooking this beautiful courtyard and its bubbling fountains.
Oh, gee. We don't realize how well we do live until we go without some of the things we're used to.
Yes. It's a good thing, too, Chuck, to keep reminding ourselves of the many blessings for which we should be thankful.
Ma Donovan isn't up yet. She said she was going to sleep for a week.
I don't blame her much if she does. Yeah, but what about Patsy?
Oh, she was up a long time ago. She and Dolores are down in the garden picking flowers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this warm sunshine certainly feels good. Senor Paredes has a marvelous place here.
Boy, I'll say.
Yeah, I've often wished I could have a place like this, Chuck. But I've been on the go too much. Perhaps sometime I will. If I didn't have several worries in my mind, I could relax completely and enjoy this.
Gosh, I can guess what some of your worries are. Ivan Shark, Major Steele, and Bud Conley.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm more worried about Major Steele and Conley than anything else.
You don't think they ever got across the border, do you?
No, I don't. I don't think they ever got to an airport, either in Mexico or across the border. If they had, we'd have heard from them by this time.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, I haven't quite decided. But I think we'll take off in that blue-winged cabin plane that belonged to Ivan Shark's chief pilot, Gardo.
You mean to look for Major Steele?
Yes. We'll follow a course which I think was the logical one for him to take.
Who are we going to take with us? There's room for 4.
Yes, I know. I haven't decided that yet. Oh, well, we'll talk it over later.
We could leave Ma and Patsy down here and come back for them later.
Yes, that's one possibility. And I know Senor Paredes would be greatly pleased to have them stay.
Well, when do we take off?
Tomorrow, I guess, Chuck. I'd like to go today, but I want to be sure and check that plane over so that I know it'll stand the trip.
Oh, gosh, I forgot.
Huh?
Senor Paredes' big fiesta is going to start right after noon.
Yes, I know. We've got to be here for the first day of it. Senor Paredes would never forgive us if we weren't.
You know, there's another thing I've been worried about.
Yeah? What's that, Chuck?
Senor Paredes' treasure. He hasn't said a word about it, and I'm beginning to wonder if Ivan Shark didn't find it and take it away with him.
Well, from what Senor Paredes said, I have reason to believe his treasure was hidden somewhere in that water chamber, but...
Oh, look. Here comes Senor Paredes now.
Oh, yes. We'll find out about that treasure now, too.
Good morning, mi amigos. The sunshine, it is good.
Yes, you bet it is, Senor Paredes. This is such a warm spot here that I just can't get myself to move.
You sure got a swell place, Senor Paredes. I'm going to have one something like it myself someday. Oh, only, of course, not so big.
You like this country, mi amigo Chuck. If you do, I will give you some land and you will live here with us.
Senor Paredes, there's something I wish to ask you.
Si, mi capitan. You ask me the question, and I will answer.
Well, has everything come out as you had hoped, senor? Are you completely happy?
Si, mi capitan. But why do you ask?
Well, you're sure you haven't lost something very valuable?
But mi capitan, I began to see what it is you are talking about. You are afraid I have lost the Paredes treasure. Is that not it?
Well, yes, senor. That's what I was driving at.
I will explain to you, mi capitan. When we go to the temple, I'm afraid someone will find the treasure. So I go down and I take it from the hiding place. I have it now in the hacienda.
Oh, gosh, Captain Midnight. Isn't that swell? You see, Senor Paredes, we were afraid that maybe Ivan Shark had stolen the treasure and taken it away with him.
Now I see, mi amigos. You have the fear for me, but that is not necessary. I tell the truth. I am the most happy man in the world. I have me Dolores and me hacienda, and me treasure.
Well, that's good. Well, come on, Chuck. I guess we'd better get over to that plane that belonged to Gardo and check it over.
And mi capitan, the airplane. That makes me remember. I have the request to make.
Of course, Senor Paredes. What is it?
I had a long talk with my nephew, Pablo.
Yes?
He's very anxious to learn to fly, to become the pilot. He says if you will not stay here to conduct the flying school, then he will go to the Estados Unidos.
You mean to a flying school?
Si, mi amigo. You would like to send Pablo to your country to learn to fly.
Well, where do you wish to send him, senor?
That I do not know, mi capitan. I must ask your advice.
Oh, gosh, there are a lot of good flying schools in the United States.
Yes, Senor Paredes, Chuck is right. There are a lot of good schools across the border. But if I were to name one, I would pick out the Spartan School in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
The Spartan School. Pablo, he has heard about it.
Yes, senor. There's a factory there, too. I've been flying their planes for years.
Perhaps then you will take him there? You will see that he gets the good start?
Well, I will if I can, senor. We'll see how things work out.
I'm very grateful, mi capitan. And now you must take the siesta. You must get the rest, because you will wish to enjoy the big fiesta which I'm giving for you tonight.
Hours pass. It is now early evening, and the great courtyard of the Parada Hacienda is a gala scene with Mexican food and Mexican music. At a table of honor near the center of the happy crowd in the courtyard, Senor Parada and his guests are seated. Let's listen as he says,
Mi amigos, it is the day for the Parada Fiesta. You must eat and dance and be merry.
Gee, Senor Parada, we're sure having a swell time. I never dreamed that a fiesta was anything like this.
Oh, isn't that swell? Look at the people. They're so happy they don't know what to do.
Oh, sure. They have the big time. Just like up in your Estados Unidos at the junior prom, huh?
Sure and far from those all about it, doesn't he? Well, Chuck, do you not like to dance? Why, sure he does, Dolores. You ought to see what the high school dances in Black Gulch. He can sure swing a mean foot.
Oh, so mi amigo Chuck, you swing the mean foot, huh? Why do you not ask Dolores to dance, huh?
Gee, I never danced to this kind of music. I don't seem to know any kind of the steps that they're doing.
Oh, come with me, Chuck. I will show you. Sure, come on and get up, Chuck. I never saw you so bashful before.
What's the matter, Chuck? Have I got you stopped?
What is the matter, Chuck? Are you afraid of me? Come along, let's dance. Huh?
Oh, okay, I'll try. But I don't know how I'll get along.
And you, Pablo, you must show the senorita Patsy how we do the Mexican dance.
Oh, sure. Patsy, let's go out and strut our stuff, huh?
Nobody has to ask me twice to dance. I love it. I sure does my soul good to see everybody having such a good time. I could almost go out there myself.
Si, senorita Donovan. You will do me the honor to dance with me?
Sure, and I'd like to, Senor Parada, but I haven't danced for years. I guess I'd better let it go. Oh, but I thank you just the same.
Certainly, senora, just as you say.
But you're Captain Midnight. You're not saying very much.
Well, I just don't feel like talking, Mr. Donovan, but I'm enjoying every moment of it.
You are right, mi capitan. Shall we sit and listen to the music?
You are a good dancer. You should dance all the time. Oh, sure, and Patsy told you he could swing a mean foot, Dolores.
After I sort of got in the spirit of things, it was easy.
It was perfectly thrilling. I just love your Mexican music.
You swing the hot puppies, Patsy. Sometime I will take you to the junior prom, huh?
There, mi amigos. The music, it commences again. You would like to dance some more?
Come on, Chuck. Let me see how well you picked up this Mexican dance.
Okay, but don't be stepping on my toes.
Why, I never heard of such a thing. I never stepped on anyone's toes in my life.
Oh, come on, Dolores. Let's go out and strut our stuff, huh?
Come along quick. We shall have as much of the music as we can.
Looking in through the gate. Isn't that a wonderful sight?
Oh, I'll say it is. Gosh, I'm so happy here, Chuck. I wish we could stay here for a long time.
I know it, and so do I. But you know that's impossible. Oh, look. Here's that blue-wing plane. The one that was flown by Ivan Shark's chief pilot, Gardo. Let's go up in the cabin and get into the cockpit.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'll sit in the pilot seat and you sit in the co-pilot seat. Ah, gee, isn't it a swell night for a flight?
I'll say it is. What do you say, Chuck? Let's take off for a ride.
Oh, no, we can't do that. Captain Midnight wants to test it the first thing in the morning. Say, do you know, there's a radio set in here. We were working on it this afternoon.
Does it work?
We couldn't hear anything before, but I'll try again now.
Well, let me have one of the earphones.
There you are.
Are you tuned on any special wavelength?
Yeah, the one we used on the Spartan.
Listen, I hear a voice.
Help. Send help at once. Location as follows.
Well, whose voice can this be which Chuck and Patsy are hearing over the radio? Can it possibly be that of Major Barry Steele? What will Captain Midnight's next move be? Don't miss the next adventures. And now, just another word to the fathers of Flight Patrol members. A few minutes ago, I mentioned a Skelly service that some of you dads may not be familiar with. Skelly Greasemaster service. Now, that's something worth knowing about. Here's why. When you see the Skelly Greasemaster sign in front of a Skelly service station, this is what it means. It means, first, a lubrication job performed by a Skelly-trained operator who really knows his job. Second, it means lubrication of every part of your car according to the Greasemaster check chart, with exactly the proper kind of lubricant at every point. And third, it means a 5-star lubrication job, guaranteed to give you complete satisfaction. The next time your car needs lubricating, stop at your Skelly service station and inquire about Skelly Greasemaster service. You'll be glad you remember. Ask about it tonight. Now, don't forget to tune in again Friday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight, brought to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. A mysterious voice suddenly comes in over the radio. Who is it who calls for help? Is it Major Steele or Ivan Shark? Be sure to listen Friday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing!
Was totally cool, man. I dig that. Yeah, one of my favorite shows from I think that was 1940. Yeah, it was 1940. That was a good show. And they serialized it, so every day, or actually it was every couple of days, you'd get another episode that tied in with the previous, and then they'd have this whole series of episodes that was like one big adventure. And get you to come back, you know. It was really cool stuff. I'm about 5 minutes away from hearing my alarm, waking up my wife, making her some food. So in 5 minutes, I will be putting on the last show of the morning, and that's X-1. And that's just one of my favorite shows. I love that show. It is probably the favorite series in old-time radio. And then Dimension X, which is its parent series. That is like my next. But there are just so many good shows out there. If you enjoy old-time television, you're going to love old-time radio. So stick around, you know, listen to more. Listen to more old-time radio. Listen to more, you know, old music. Old stuff, you know. Like, what are your temptations in the morning, right? What tempts you? With me, it's food. Oh.
If you've been unsuccessfully trying to tie your penny loafers, then maybe you need some help getting started this morning. So head for those golden arches and pick up a delicious McDonald's Egg McMuffin. A fresh grade A egg with rich melted cheese and lean Canadian bacon all served up hot on a toasted buttered English muffin. McDonald's Egg McMuffin. It's a morning meal that'll help you through the day.
Nobody can do it.
Your breakfast is ready at McDonald's.
Like McDonald's can.
Ain't that the truth? Unless it's after 11 a.m., then you're just screwed. You got to go to Jack in the Box and get a breakfast jack. Because they don't sell breakfast after 11, and they don't do a Big Mac before 11. They're like the weirdest fast food place in the world. Not to mention that their food does not go rotten. The bread doesn't mold, and nothing shrivels up or grows, or that says something about their food. So many preservatives in every part of it. Yeah, it just mummifies if you leave a cheeseburger out. It just mummifies. It becomes one of those cheeseburger phones, right? Totally. Oh my God, that's like horrible. It's food. Yeah, it's close. It's close. So let's see. We are going to bring up. We're going to do it. We're going to bring up X-1, Almost Human. About a man and his robot, and then a girl and her robot, and then robot madness. There's like robot babies walking around and stuff, and robot judges, right? Robot police. No, I'm just kidding. This is a great robot episode. You know, I'm watching here till my phone's alarm goes off here in a few seconds, and then I'm going to hit it off, start the show, and go get my wife up, make her some breakfast, and that kind of stuff. So I will be gone for about a half an hour, the length of the show, but actually it's only 23 minutes, so I got to put some muscle in my hustle. So I'll be waking her and really quick making her some breakfast so that she is nourished for her adventure today. And then we have an adventure tonight. We're going out to Giant Rock. Yeah, it's cool. We're going to do some crazy stuff. Crazy man. He's a crazy man. There's the alarm. Okay, that is ready. I am going to start Almost Human. X-1. Here we go, people.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction, presents X-1. Tonight's story, Almost Human, by Robert Bloch. Have you heard of the new science called cybernetics? It concerns man's efforts to develop a perfect thinking machine, a robot electronic brain that will not only do man's work, but even do his thinking for him. A robot that is almost human.
It's not impossible at all. In fact, one day, something like this may happen. A tall, suave gentleman in a black raincoat will walk down the street until he reaches a shuttered, isolated house. And then he will slowly mount the front steps, push the doorbell.
Just a minute. I said just a minute. Hold your horses. What do you think you'd...
Good evening, my dear.
Duke, why did you come here?
Curiosity, darling. I've been thinking over what you told me at our chance meeting last week.
Duke, you promised me.
I decided to come and take a look for myself. Where is the professor?
In his study.
Where's Junior?
In the nursery.
The nursery? How quaint. And you, I take it, are Junior's nursemaid?
I help the professor.
Tell him he has a guest.
Duke, he's a nice old guy. Don't
Tell
do
him,
it.
darling.
All right.
Yes? What is it, Miss Williams?
Professor Blastman, a gentleman...
Here? I don't understand. I gave orders no one was to be admitted to the house.
He insisted.
Very well. Wait here. I'll get rid of him. Sir?
Professor Blasserman, I've come to see Junior.
Junior? There must be some mistake. There are no children in this house. I don't...
Professor, what you feel pressing against your belly is the muzzle of a .45 caliber pistol. Now, shall we visit Junior?
How... What do you know about him?
I know everything. Shall we go inside?
I warn you.
On the contrary, I warn you.
Very well. This way. This is the nursery.
Where is Junior?
In the next room. Behind the door with a panel in it.
Very considerately furnished. Mother Goose figures on the walls. Blackboard, toy blocks. Panda. Bunny rabbit doll. Touching. All right, let's see him.
You can look through the panel.
Mary had a little lamb.
Oh, wow. Who'd have believed it? Junior isn't very pretty, is he?
I was not concerned with aesthetics.
Why do you hide him? Is he dangerous?
The world is not yet ready for such a thing. Besides, I must study. As you can see by his play, he is very young, hardly out of the cradle. I am educating him.
With nursery rhymes?
The brain is undeveloped. It must learn its behavior patterns like any infant.
You call that 8-foot monster an infant?
Physically, of course, he'll never change. He is built of chrome steel and glass. But his brain, that is my wonderful instrument. Unlike a human, he has no heritage, no basic instincts such as love or hate. These he has yet to learn. In some respects, he is like a blank tablet. What is written upon the tablet will remain.
You mean he has no feelings?
He will learn quickly. And now, if your curiosity is satisfied, I trust you will keep my secret. If anyone discovers...
Open the door.
I beg your pardon?
The door, Professor.
Very well. Junior, come here.
What a monster. He talks?
Yes. Mentally, he's about 6 years old now. What is it, son?
Who is that man, Papa?
Let me handle this. You may call me Duke, son. I've come to see you.
That's nice. Nobody ever comes to see me except Lola. Play with me, Duke.
Certainly, Junior. Oh, and Professor.
Yes?
While we're playing, you can have Lola and Miss Williams prepare my room.
Your room?
I forgot to tell you, I've decided to stay until the climate changes and I can go out again. Meanwhile, I'll have a chance to play blocks with Junior. Understand?
I begin to understand. You are hiding from the law.
As you wish. All right, Junior. Your move.
Let's build a bridge.
I have a better idea, Junior.
What?
Let's build a coffin.
A coffin? I don't know that word.
Then I'll teach you, Junior. I can see the professor has been neglecting the moral side of your education. Very sadly.
You shouldn't have come here, Duke.
Why not, my dear? Afraid of me?
No, I'm afraid of myself. You're no good for me. You've always brought me trouble.
Except this time. This time it will be different, darling. This time I'll bring you diamonds.
Duke, what have you been teaching that thing?
Nothing, honey. I've just been playing with them. Very educational.
I don't believe you.
What's bothering you, Lola?
Today when I walked in there, he said to me, I know how to kill people, Lola. I'll kill you if you want me to.
He's learning very quickly.
Duke, I'm scared of that thing. It's unholy, a machine that acts like a human with a voice grinding at you, saying things you'd expect from a child.
You dislike him so much. Why did you take this job as his nursemaid?
Because I wanted to start over again. I answered an ad. The professor didn't ask questions. I would have been all right, too, if you hadn't come along.
I'm very glad you did tell me, darling. Because Junior is going to make us two very successful people.
Ha!
Like any child, Junior listens to what he's told.
Duke, I don't know what you're teaching, Junior. But I can guess. And it isn't right. It's evil.
Now, write on the blackboard, Junior. My name is Junior.
My name is Junior.
People are evil.
People are evil.
Evil must be destroyed.
Evil must be destroyed.
The professor is evil.
The professor is evil.
The professor must...
What are you doing?
I warned you to keep out of the nursery, Professor.
Go away.
You don't even remember me.
I know you. You are the professor. You want to keep me as your slave. You didn't tell me that people are evil.
People are not evil.
People are evil. They must be destroyed.
Stop it!
I am not a child any longer.
No, you're not a child. You're a monster.
Junior?
Yes, Duke.
The time is now, Junior.
Yes, Duke.
Keep away from me. Junior! Junior, don't do it! Listen to me! Junior, listen to me! Ah!
I did it, Duke.
Duke, I...
Can we go away now, Duke? I don't like it here anymore.
Duke, why did you do it?
The professor was in the way. We'll have to move very quickly now, Lola.
We?
Professor, if you don't plan to come along, just say so. I can have Junior write your name on his blackboard.
Where are we going?
We'll go to Charlie's.
With Junior?
With Junior.
Oh, Duke, you can't. I'm afraid.
Relax, my dear. The Duke has great plans for you two. Wouldn't you like to be independently wealthy for the rest of your life? No cares, no worries? Just good times and fine clothes all the time?
The only way you get that way is by inheriting $1 million.
Not when you have a fella like Junior around.
I'm still afraid of him.
Junior wouldn't hurt you. You wouldn't hurt Lola, would you, Junior?
I like Lola. She's pretty.
There, you see? He thinks you're pretty. Junior's growing up. Sit down, Charlie.
Sure, Duke.
Lola and I are going to hide out here for a while. We'll need some help.
Listen, Duke, I'm trying to keep the cops away.
Sure. Now listen to me. I need a casing job done.
Oh. Sure, Duke.
You know the armored truck service?
Sure.
I want to know when they take the Acme deposits from Boston to Worcester.
Duke, you ain't thinking of a payroll truck, are you? They got cannons on those trucks. They travel in pairs. You couldn't get near one.
I asked you to do a casing job, Charlie.
Sure, Duke. Anything you say.
Find out what time they pass the narrowest and most deserted stretch of road.
Well, if you're going to pull a job like that, you'll need 50 men. You want me to get some of the boys?
I won't need anybody. I've got somebody.
Where?
He's out in the car.
Oh, what's his name, Duke? Anybody I know?
His name is Junior.
Junior? I don't know any Junior.
You will, Charlie. You will.
Smoke, Sam?
Well, thanks, Al. Whew, it sure gets hot in these armored trucks, huh?
You'll get used to it.
How much we hauling this time?
About $250,000.
Brother, could I use a hunk of that?
Who couldn't?
What's our first stop?
Acme National Bank. Then we unload a payroll of the Bronson watch plant. Hey, what's that up ahead?
It looks like something shiny on the road.
Throw up your spotlight.
Right. Holy smokes, you see what I see? It looks like a mechanical traffic cop.
About 8 feet tall.
Standing right in the middle of the highway. Maybe it's a Halloween gang, huh? Guess they're trying out robot traffic cops. Can you get past him?
I don't know. We'll have to slow down. Get on that gun, Sam. Let's take no chances.
Right.
I'll give it the horn.
Don't budge.
Where's our escort truck?
Pulled up right behind us.
Thing won't move.
Sure looks like something out of Buck Rogers, don't it?
That's a heck of a note, blocking traffic like that. I'll have to try and get past it. Here goes.
Holy smokes, it's moving. Hell, it's coming toward us.
Get on that gun. Give it a blast.
Bullets are bouncing right off it. It's still coming. Al, back up.
I can't. The other truck's right behind us.
Al, it's lifting its arm. It's going to smash our window.
Jeez. If I hadn't have seen it with my own eyes. Duke, we got to quit this.
What's the matter, Charlie? Getting shaky?
The papers say he killed all 4 drivers. Listen, Duke, that robot is hot. We got to get rid of it.
Stop your blubbering. One more good robbery.
You ain't going to pull another one.
Why not?
Count me out, Duke. The law's going to track that baby.
Are you quite finished, Charlie?
You got no heart, Duke. You're like Junior, all steel inside.
And you're just a big, warm-hearted slob. I suppose flowing with the milk of human kindness.
Well, I got nerves. I can't stand that thing, the way it looks at you with that iron face and clanking around all the time. Listen, here it comes.
Hello, Junior.
Hello, Duke.
I've been talking to Charlie.
Yes, Duke.
You know what I think, Junior? I think Charlie's yellow. You know what happens to people who turn yellow, don't you?
Yes, Duke.
Tell him.
They're evil. We have to destroy them.
Huh? You see, Charlie? Junior doesn't like people who sing to the police.
Duke, wait a minute. You know I'd never turned stoolie or anything like that. I never sang to the coppers in my life. You can count
Junior.
on me. I don't want no trouble with you.
Stop him.
I wouldn't...
Yes, Duke. I stopped him, Duke.
All right. Take him down to the cellar.
Duke, that noise. Charlie! Junior, put him down.
Take him down to the cellar, Junior.
Yes, Duke.
Duke.
Relax, darling. Stop shaking.
Duke, we can't stay here. Charlie's going to be missed. He's got friends. Now we'll have the gangs after us, too.
Oh, come on now. Don't worry, darling. The Duke will take care of everything.
Where are you going?
Out to a travel agency to get some tickets. You and I are going to take a trip, Lola.
You're leaving me alone here?
Junior's here, too.
That's just it. It's being alone with that thing. Duke, I got the jitters.
Now, don't you worry. In 48 hours, you and I will be on our way to Switzerland with $500,000 worth of loot.
What about Junior?
Junior will be taken care of.
How can you get rid of him?
Junior will do anything I say. So I'll merely have him get into the furnace and sit there while I fill it with oil and set fire to it. Too bad the professor couldn't have stayed around to see him growing up. He's almost a man now, Junior is. But not quite as clever as a man. You'll find that out after he steps into the furnace.
Get rid of Junior now, Duke, before you leave.
There's no time. I'll be back about 8.
Duke, please.
And be nice to Junior while I'm gone. Don't show him you're afraid of him. Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, Duke.
Lola.
What, Junior?
Oil me.
Can't you wait till Duke gets back? He always oils you.
I want you to oil me, Lola.
All right.
I like you to oil me, Lola.
Yes, Junior.
Lola, do you like Duke?
Certainly.
Do you like me?
Well, you know I do, Junior.
Lola.
What?
Who do you like best? Me or Duke?
I like you both, Junior.
Yes, but who do you love?
What do you know about love, Junior?
In the books, man and woman love.
No.
Lola.
What?
Do you think anyone will ever love me?
Maybe. Some women can fall in love with anything, Junior. Even with something like Duke.
Why, Lola?
I don't know. Maybe because, well, as long as she thinks her man is the smartest and the strongest.
I see.
Where are you going?
To wait for Duke.
He won't be home for a while.
I'll sit in the hall and wait for him.
All right, Junior.
I want to be alone and think.
About what?
I read in a book today it was bad to kill people. What does that mean? Bad.
Bad. I don't know, Junior. I guess it's just a word.
Lola?
Hello, Duke.
Oh, it's you, Junior. Why are you sitting in the dark?
I was waiting for you, Duke.
Well, now that's a good boy, Junior.
Lola oiled me.
That's nice. I tell you what, Junior. I've got a little job for us down in the cellar. Let's go down there.
Now, Duke.
Right now, Junior.
All right, Duke. Are we going away soon, Duke?
Yes, Junior. We're going away.
What's in the cellar, Duke?
A little surprise for you, Junior. You'll find out.
For the latest news. And now, a brief interlude of recorded dance music.
Duke? Is that you, Duke? Junior.
Hello, Lola.
I thought I heard Duke come in.
He came in.
Where is he?
Down in the cellar.
What's he doing?
Nothing.
Did he say he'd be up soon?
No.
Maybe we better go down and get him.
He's dead.
Oh, no. No, he isn't dead.
You said the woman loves the strongest and the smartest. Well, I'm stronger and smarter.
But you aren't human.
I'm almost human, Lola.
No. No, stay away.
Lola.
Don't touch me. Those metal paws, no.
I love you, Lola.
No. No.
I love
no,
you.
No. No.
I love you.
The last thing she heard was the robot's harsh voice, droning it over and over again.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
And strangely enough, it did sound almost human.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of astounding science fiction. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you Almost Human, a story by Robert Bloch, adapted for radio by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Santos Ortega as Duke, Joan Allison as Lola, Jackie Grimes as Junior, Guy Rep as the Professor, Nat Pullen as Charlie, Joseph Julian as Al, Lynn Cook as Sam, and Merrill Joels as the radio voice. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Ken McGregor and is an NBC Radio Network production. And now, Next week, when the mighty Earthmen arrive in their ships of space, courtesy and proper humility on the part of the natives is expected. But some native inhabitants are too small to be impressed. We'll see what happens to such an expedition marooned on a far planet next week at X minus 1.
All right, that's it, people. I am back. So, hey, I've been monitoring this show on my monitor here, because that's how I monitor the show. And I'm seeing that I'm dropping frames. It's a little glitchy. The sound seems to be okay, coming through the monitor fine, live on YouTube. So you'll have to let me know, people, what does it look like? I know I'm going to be a bit glitchy here, so you'll just have to let me know what it looks like, what it sounds like.
How am I coming through, people? Tell me about it there, Bubber. Come on, Bubber.
So I'm back with you for the next 50 minutes, 50 minutes. The wife is awake and coffeed and fooded, and she's my lady. She's my lady. Whoa, 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 she's my lady. So yeah, things are going good. I was hoping that I could get through an entire 10 episodes of morning and night together without technical difficulties, but I've already dropped 2% of my frames this morning. I've dropped 6,100 frames and counting. So it's getting glitchy. I'm glitchy, people. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me out there? Hey, buddy, you want to buy a watch? Let me know what's going on. I'm going to maybe play a little sound for you here and see what you think of that. And let's see how the sound is versus the picture. All right, I know the picture's crappy, but how does it sound?
We all do, working hard so they come through. You can get a helping hand at Kmart stores, they understand.
Kmart is your savings store, where your dollar buys you more. They give your dreams a helping hand. At Kmart stores, they understand.
Planning plans, moving up. Life is good, love in your cup. Get satisfaction even more.
At Kmart, that's your value store. Kmart is your savings store, where your dollar buys you more.
Ooh, that one gives me chills, gives me goosebumps. Wow, that is so cool. How did that sound, people? Anybody there? Hello?
Hello? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Can anybody hear me? I don't know if I'm being heard out there.
By George, I think he scored it. Dog, come here. Want to come up? Want to come up? Forget it. Forget about it. If you don't want to come up, you ain't going to come up. So forget about it. So here I am this morning. Here I am, sitting as I do in the mornings, doing my morning thing. And I'm dropping frames. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on here. My internet service seems to be spotty. I think maybe that's it. I'm putting out my kilobytes per second are bouncing between 1,700 and 5,000. And usually I like to be up around 7,000, 7,698, something like that. Okay, but it keeps bouncing around this morning. I don't know what happened. Yeah, see, now we're back up at 71. and 72, and then back down to 4,300 and 3,600. And so it looks like it's not bad enough that it's going to disrupt my sound, but I can't be the judge of that when I'm talking. So I am going to play a little bit more sound here and see if I can, well, gosh darn it, see if I can do a little sound check on myself here. Yeah, something, let's do something about a minute long, and then that is going to make it easier for me to do a little sound check. Check, check. Here's a good one here. Let's do that, and I'm going to switch sound and check this out. Right? All right, right? All right, right?
If dandruff dulls your hair, leaves your scalp itchy, please listen. You can get rid of annoying dandruff so fast today, no one should suffer any longer. With Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo, unsightly dandruff's gone in 3 minutes. It's the quickest, easiest of all leading shampoos. Besides that, using Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep embarrassing dandruff away. Simply apply in the unique Fitch manner. Before you wet hair, rub in 1 minute. This way, Fitch shampoo penetrates right down to the scalp. Next, add water. Lather 1 minute to wash every trace of dandruff out of your hair. Then rinse 1 minute. All that loosened dandruff goes down the drain. In 3 minutes, with Fitch, 1 rubbing, 1 lathering, 1 rinsing, dandruff's gone. And while removing dandruff, Fitch can also brighten hair up to 35%. To get rid of dandruff problems forever, brighten hair too, use Fitch regularly. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today, only 59 cents.
Well, that went pretty well. I turned off my mic here and listened to the monitor, and the monitor sounds really good. My picture is freezing up, but that's okay. Today's not about video, it's about audio, old-time radio, and it's just me talking at this point. So it's not a big detriment to my show at this point. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to put too much thought into it. Not going to concern myself over my show losing a little bit of the video, having a little bit of a lag, right? So that's cool. I'm hoping that the lag doesn't become real long, so that we're minutes past actual live. That would be kind of weird and a bummer. And then I'd have to stay on long enough at the end of my program to make sure that everybody gets to the end of the program, right? And it's all recorded. So there's that. I'm hoping that it really doesn't disrupt your enjoyment of the show. I've been enjoying lately doing research and finding material. That's been my big thing, and I've been just having a blast doing it. I spend hours and hours on the internet searching for content to bring you, and I'm glad it's not a video day because of the internet speed, because I have picked out some great video. Tomorrow on our show we're going to be listening to a Grateful Dead concert that I attended back in the spring of 1995, and if you recall, you Grateful Dead historians, of course, August 3rd of that same year, we lost Jerry Garcia. So going to these shows retrospectively are really important to me, because I saw a piece of history that a lot of people didn't get. And there were a lot of people that I met after the fact who were, highly upset that they never got to see Jerry Garcia. And they always thought, well, he's touring forever, there's always time, right? And that's not the case. Such is life, I'm still pumping out the right amount of frames per second, but they're not going out because of my internet speed. So, it's a bummer that we're having video issues, but so far I can see that I'm not having audio issues. I can hear the audio fine. So that's cool. Let me know if you experience something on your end that's different. But so far, it's just the video that's disrupted, not the audio. So that being said, I'm going to continue my show and hopefully get these issues fixed before this evening. And let me turn off the sync over here, pause my sync, and see if that on this end is going to free up some speed on this end, because I'm running 2 computers and an audio video mixer, and I've got my phone and my television broadcasting it back to me live. So there's that. So internet speeds, I don't know much about this stuff. I'm just learning. So when things mess up, I just kind of have to wing it. I gotta wing it. Sometimes I go to a tech talk, you know, and ask people about the different software and hardware that I'm using. But I'm not experiencing anything different than I've already come in contact with. And it doesn't seem as pertinent as it has been in the past. So having my adjustments set, I'm just dropping a little bit of my videos being lost. So, you know, there's that, man. Did he say Batman? No, I don't do Batman. I don't even really do Superman or any of the superheroes. But that Superman that I uploaded, you really need to check that out. If you can get it in your region, check it out. I noticed that it's unavailable in a lot of places, the US, the UK, in a lot of places. It's got copyright protection, but it also has a stipulation that for historical purposes I can use it for a year, I think is what the deal is. So we'll see how that works. And because of the copyright workings of YouTube, I'm not getting a strike against me. I'm not getting hit. I'm not getting a ticket. I'm not getting a speeding ticket. You know, no parking here, man. So that's cool. And I'm learning YouTube as well. I recorded some great stuff last night on my wife's phone, and as soon as I'm awake and we're both here at the same time and I have access to her phone, I'll upload those videos and do a little fancy pants editing and try to bring you some of that perhaps by Friday, so that we can watch some live stuff. Even though it's recorded, it was still recorded live, and it's some great stuff. Andy Hoberman from Open Mic last night, he's always a blast because he always tells these great stories matter-of-factly, brought to you in much like a Dr. Demento style song. It's just fantastic stuff. And then he also stuck around to accompany the birthday boy, Paul Moeller, who was just talking about some of his newly released stuff, and played just a couple of fantastic songs. And Andy Hoberman joined him on the flute. I didn't know Andy played the flute. Didn't know he was a flautist, man. So that's pretty cool. That was great listening last night. I'm glad we went. And then Friday night, we've got Starcrawler out at Pappy and Harriet's. And tonight, I'm going, it's the 29th, right? Yeah, so I'm going out tonight with my daughter and hopefully wife to go to Giant Rock to play around out there for a couple of hours. So that'll be really, really cool. Please let me know if you check in here how my audio's doing. I know my video sucks, but let me know how my audio's doing. If the audio gets really bad and I sound robotic or something, or it glitches and freezes up and you don't know what the hell's going on, then let me know, and I will, of course you won't know that I'm saying this at that point, but if it sounds weird, let me know, and I'll try to fix something over here. I've dropped like almost 18,000 frames, 5.6% in the last, in the last 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So I don't know if it's, you know what, it's 7 in the morning, and this is a big time for the whole YouTube internet thing to really take a hit out here, because we have really lousy service and lousy speeds, and it looks probably more like people in the area are getting on the server, the same server, and that's kind of slowing me up a little bit. It speeds up, it slows down, it speeds up, it slows down. I expected to have more of that in the evenings, but I do 5 to 6, and that's pretty good. That's usually before most people get home and are stealing all the internet service from my server. So tonight's show should be a lot easier. But once again, the nighttime show is all audio, so we don't have to worry about losing video. The video that I play before the show, if I'm getting spotty service, then I'll just play an audio thing before the show. So fear not, tonight's show will happen unless the service is completely shut down, which is going to be the only thing that's going to shut me out completely is if my internet service dies straight away and I'm done, I'm dead in the water, in which case I could consider using my phone to go live, but it's not much fun there. And if I'm not in a good place, which I'm not, then that service is going to be crappy as well without my Wi-Fi. So, you know, all things being equal, and they're usually not, I will be back this evening with more content. It seems like every day or two I keep finding more and more fun stuff to bring you, and it's really filling out my nighttime show nicely. I really want to model it after my father's big band show from the 1970s, and he had an opening and a theme song, and he would play songs in like 3-song blocks and then announce in between and play commercials every 15 minutes or so. And so now I can kind of follow that because I have commercials now, so I can add in old-time commercials in the broadcast and kind of extend the entertainment that way. So that's neat. That's fun. That's good stuff right there. My feed looks the same as it has looked for the last half hour or so. The video is glitchy, but the audio seems nominal. So let me know if you're watching and you're going, oh my God, what the hell, dude? You're all weird. Well, go figure, right? Go figure. I hope you can hear me okay. My audio seems okay. It seems like it's catching a lot of the sharp noises and stuff. But when I'm just talking, it's kind of, the levels are kind of low. But I don't want to raise my levels so that every time I go, it jumps into the red and somebody's got to yank their earbuds out, right? So I'm trying to avoid that. I don't want to harass your ears or harangue your mind this early. Well, for me, it's early. The rest of you, I don't know where you are. I don't know what's going on. Once again, thank you to my new subscribers, because they keep popping up out of everywhere. I mean, I didn't know there were so many weirdos out there. But thanks for hanging out. We're going to keep expanding. If I can keep my tech on the up and have it keep up with me, then the show is just going to be keeping the improvements on the rise. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I was hoping to get through 5 consecutive morning shows and 5 consecutive night shows, 10 shows in a row, without having technical difficulties. But it looks like I'm not going to get that this week. I'm hoping that it's a random occurrence and that it's only going to happen certain times of the day on certain days at certain peak hours or something. You know, everybody needs to put down their phones and go to work, get away from your computer and go to work so that I can have my show, right? And then stay in the car listening to your radio until my show's over, right? Totally. Oh, there's a dog. Sammy. Hi, Sam. Good morning, Sam. Sam the dog. King of the house. Companion to all. Best buddy to everyone here. That's Sam. Looking for kibble. Get him, kibble boy. There's 2 bowls there. Come into kibble. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. That's just good stuff right there. I can't wait till this evening's show. Mainly because after the show, I get to go out to Giant Rock and play around out there. And I'm going to try to get out of here as early as possible so that I can get to Giant Rock and be there as soon as he shows up. Because as soon as he shows up, we're going to put the girls in the truck and say, okay, go for it. And just let him kind of tool around in the area there, because we're out in the sticks, dirt roads, motorcycles, four-wheelers, and that kind of shit. So we're just going to let him drive up and down the dirt roads and get used to pushing on the gas and slamming on the brakes and pitching it sideways and doing donuts and stuff. And just kind of, you know, getting rid of that fear of, oh my God, what if this happens? Well, you know what's going to happen because you've done that before, right? You've slammed on the brakes, you pitched it sideways and you fishtailed. You know, there's no real danger. It's all flat out there. They can't, you know, climb and roll. I mean, there's nothing, you know, significant can happen other than maybe getting stuck in some soft dirt or in a, you know, a burrow or something. But as long as they, you know, just kind of stick to the paths and that big old runway that's out there from the UFO days, then they should have a lot of fun. So that'll be cool. And then us people, well, there, look at there. Now my live feed is back up strong. I'm not dropping any more frames. And my signal is strong again. What the hell's up with that? What is it? Let me see. If I play something again, is my signal going to get, is it going to get lower again? Right? Well, I don't know. Let's see if we take a record player with us everywhere we go. Is that going to help? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe.
Everywhere you go, across the country trip or across the street party, you carry the fun with you when you own a Columbia stereophonic high-fidelity phonograph. There's a marvelous selection of 7 new portable models in smart new color combinations at your Columbia phonograph dealer, from which you may choose. Each one is a masterpiece of design and beauty. More quality, more features, and more styling have been built into these sturdy portables than ever before. How much fun you'll have enjoying all the wonderful new sound of stereo records. Regular records take on new beauty, too, when played on handsome Columbia portables. You'll be amazed at the big console sound that is reproduced by Columbia portable stereophonic high-fidelity phonographs. You'll thrill to the excitement of Stereo One by Columbia, #1 in the wonderful world of sound. And Columbia portables are economical, too. Prices start as low as $24.95. See them and hear them at your Columbia phonograph dealer.
Yeah, baby, that's cool. I think it fixed itself. Maybe I was just during that peak time. 1 million people jumped on their internet and phone and stuff at the same time there this morning. Everybody's sitting on the toilet, checking their Facebook. Hi, Sam. What's up, Clickety Clacker? What do you want? You don't want to go to bed, do you? Come lay with me. Come on. Come sit here, buddy. Come on, buddy. Trying to talk that dog into doing anything. He's got a mind of his own. But you know what? That's what makes a great dog. A dog that will do what you want when he wants to do what you want him to do, right? They have their strength of character, right? And he has a lot of character. And I would never deny him the right to be himself, because he is really cool. And dogs are really cool when you just let dogs be dogs. So much of themselves shine through. When my father's 2 dogs got here, they were dogs, right? They were just ranch dogs. Fun, cool ranch dogs, but at the same time they were just ranch dogs. Now they're house dogs, but they're allowed to be themselves and express their personality, and they are such a huge difference from the way they used to be when they first got here. You know, they are just, wow, different animals. You know, they have these personalities that are just really, really cool. Really, really cool, you know. And since all of the dogs kind of came to us in a rescue type fashion, you know, it's really neat that they all get along and they're all unique, and they do their own thing. You know, I think we've got to get Oliver out to get clipped. Every once in a while, all of a sudden, he just starts walking funny, and I think he just favors one foot when his nail gets too long and it's pushing up into his paw. You know, and I'm always thinking, oh my God, did he get bit by something? Is there a snake, a spider? Did he get a nail pulled off? And he won't let me touch it, right? Because he doesn't like to be touched in the feet when he's in pain, just like Sam. I think he'd learned it from Sam. So we just kind of have to let him rest and then run him in and have his nails clipped and see if he's better the next day. That's it. That's all we can do. And then if not, then we have to take it from there. But the little guy, this little guy, poor little guy, hobbled, little hobbled guy. Well, good. This gives me hope for this evening's show, that things have fixed themselves technically. And I'm back, baby. I'm back on top. Yeah. Yeah. Are you hungry, Sam? Come to kibble. Eat. Come to comida. It's your food. Eat it. Eat and then come sit with me. You can sit with me during the last few minutes of my show, okay? Please, I need a co-host. Be my Ed McMahon. I'll be the Ed McMahon. You be the Carson. Oh, that now he wants to come over. What a punk. What a punk. He doesn't like to be the Ed McMahon. Yes! Oh, great one. Ha ha. Right? So let's see who's there. Is that Joey, or did Joey go to sleep already? I know, because he's pulling long days, man. Long days, man. I'm going to be pulling some long days next week when I do my telethon and go live round the clock. Round the clock broadcasting, the first time ever. We are going to have 24-hour broadcasting on my channel. I'm going to do a live telethon because I've reached my 100 subscriber count and surpassed that, actually. So the deal is that when I get to 100, I'm doing a telethon, and I'm going to do a drawing, and I'm going to do 2 drawings and give stuff away. And that's going to happen. It's happening this week. So I'm going to set all the logistics up this weekend, how I'm going to do the room. I might even introduce a new camera by then so that we can take advantage of the whole room during the broadcast. Maybe even in fact hook up a USB cam into the green room over here, so I've got another place to sit and bring you a different angle. Sit over there and read from my diary. And I'll have to introduce another microphone. I'm going to have to create, or at least find, a whole slew of entertainment. And I think what I'm going to do is, while I'm sleeping, loop together a whole bunch of music, elevator music, right? I think I'll just create a playlist and just let it happen while I'm sleeping. And hopefully my live feed will continue while I'm snoring. I'm actually going to set up, I think I'm going to actually set up an air mattress in here so that during the night or two that I'm going to be live, I can actually sleep in here. We won't have a camera on me. I'm not that perverted. But I will probably have the lava lamp cam and some music or radio shows or something playing. I don't know that I want to get into playing video while I'm sleeping in case I start dropping frames and lose video and stuff. Key? Your key? Your car key. What did you do with it, love? Did you give it to me last night? Let me check. I thought we did the key thing already. But yeah, this is live, baby. I'm checking my purse.
checking my purse for my love's keys, and I'm not seeing my love's keys. So I don't think I have your keys, love. You want mine? You can take mine in case you can't find yours right now, and I'll look for them later. They're probably just buried somewhere. But here they are, sweetie. Sweetie Ookums, Snookums. There we go. Isn't that great? I love live. You know, that's what's great about life, is that it's live. And it really happens. Here, you're not on camera. Come here. What? You're not on camera. Come get the thing. The camera's over here. See? Can't even see your hand, dear. Love you. Mwah, mwah. Adios, baby. Be careful. Drive safe. Have a good day. Tell the guys I said hi. And there's that. That's how we do that in the mornings. That's how we say goodbye, good day to the missus. I'm going to crank down my sound a little bit because... Are you ready to come over here, Sam? No, he wants to go in bed with my daughter. So out we go again. All right, I'm coming. Don't hit the door. Don't hit the door. Oh, you hit the door. You want to come out now, Tootsie? You want to come out and go pee-pee? Go pee-pee? Come on, pee-pee. There you go. Good morning, Tootsie. Good morning. So if you're watching the show regularly, you know that part of my schedule in the mornings is being doggy doorman. That's part of my job here as dad, husband, caretaker, fry cook. You name it, I'm doing it. I even sew. I do windows. I scrub toilets. You cannot hire me, though. I am not for hire. You want to go pee-pee? Go out and go pee-pee, and then I'll put you back. She is such a sweet little dog, a little Dachshund Chihuahua mix, purebred. She is just the bee's knees. She's an older dog now. I don't know how old. I try not to keep track of the age of my dogs because I don't even like to celebrate my own birthday. And knowing that your dogs are getting older, and dogs don't last as long as humans, so I don't like to dwell on the fact that they're only temporary, right? As are we all. So I try to dwell on the permanence of life, which is why I'm here once again, because this show is dedicated to the permanency of life, which is passing on things to the next generation, and so on, right? So my way of passing on me in a whole, in a nutshell, and boy am I a nutshell, is this, bringing you videos of me and my life, kind of a diary, kind of a captain's log, a blog, a video log, a journey into the past, an exploration of the things that make me me, right? But all in all, it's just, it's my time. It's my time to hang out. In the evenings and all the other programs that I try to do, I'm trying to bring entertainment to the channel. And I hope at some point that I can actually fill out my channel with enough live material brought to you throughout the day and stuff premiered throughout the days when I'm not live, so that we have enough content to be considered a real channel. You know, start our broadcasting at 5 in the morning and continue broadcasting throughout the day, and then end broadcasting in the evening, you know, and try to get about 12 hours of broadcasting in there chunked throughout the day. That'd be awesome, you know. Since I'm an insomniac, I only get a couple hours of sleep here and a couple hours of sleep there, and then crash out hard from time to time. Hopefully I won't crash out hard during the telethon, because that's going to be annoying, not having the energy to get up and be on when I'm supposed to be, which happens every morning. Every morning I wake up with as little as an hour or two sleep, and the alarm goes off at 4 in the morning, and by 4:20 I'm in here turning on cameras and microphones and computers and getting ready to go live by no later than 4:30 in the morning, and then I'm on live mic'd by 5 a.m. and then 3 hours of that, and then I'm napped out for a little time during the day, so that I can come back in the evening bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for more fun. I'm going to do a dog, get her back in bed, and here's the lava lamp cam. The sounds you hear are me putting a dog away. Come on, let's get you back in bed. Come on. Back in bed. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's love right there. That dog just loves my daughter. Just never wants to be away from her. As long as she's around, she wants to be right next to her. That's the bee's knees. And one of the best investments I made was recently. I purchased one of those foam staircases. Tootsie has got little tiny legs, and we used to have a series of steps for her to jump up onto, and now she can just run right up onto bed without hesitation. I built ramps from their dog house. Their dog house is built on a little deck that I built off the back of our mobile home, and it's out our bedroom, and it's about 5 feet off the ground because we're on a slope. So while the front of the house is about 2 feet off the ground, the back of the house is about 5 feet off the ground. So the doggy door that I put there is a hell of a drop. So I built a deck, put a little doggy house on their deck with a little doggy railing around it, and then it spirals down onto another deck with a little ramp. And then there's a little deck that's got shade on it and carpet and pillow for them to be comfy when it's warm and when it's sunny. And then there's another little ramp that spirals down, and I added the secondary ramp because while the first ramp was okay, but it was a little steep for Tootsie. So I made 2 ramps and angled them a lot less, and then padded them. So now she just can waddle up and not have to run or jump or bound up these things, which makes me feel good because she's old, she's retired. She used to be the head of the house, the head of the ranch when she was out living with my father, but now it's time for her to take it easy. So I try to make life as easy as possible for her because I want her to be around as long as possible, and the first part of her life was pretty rough. So now she's got, lives in the lap of luxury. She sleeps with my daughter every night in her own little portion of the bed, her own little pillow with her own little blanket. She's the sweetest looking little thing when she's in there. If she's awake and my daughter is asleep, she doesn't want to leave. She'll just sit in there awake and stare at my daughter. It's just a beautiful thing. I love that lava lamp. I will sit and stare at that thing forever, especially when it's been on for a while and it just starts getting these great spheres, right? So dogs are a main fixture in my life. There was a few years where they weren't when I was in my late 20s. And then my wife and I got married, and we did the dog thing again, and we had a dog for 17 years of our marriage, Charlie, and he was around until we got Sam, the head of the household now, and he was with Charlie for a couple of years before Charlie passed away at the age of 17. And then Sam became the master of the house, and it was about a month after Charlie passed away that we got Oliver, and it was really because I didn't want Sam to be alone. I didn't want him to be one of those neurotic loner dogs. So we got Oliver, and we thought, okay, well, that's it. At some point, maybe we'll introduce a cat. And then my father passed away, and we were given his two dogs, two of his dogs. He had a whole ranch full of animals, so we got two of his dogs. And while that was an honor, all of a sudden we've got 4 dogs in the house, and there's no way we're getting a cat now. But there's plenty of stray cats in this mobile home park that we feed, and everybody kind of takes care of. So if I want to hang out with a cat, all I got to do is walk outside and stand there for a couple of minutes, and here will come a cat, and I can pet and play with the cat. You know, and then deal with the dogs. They're like, hey man, you were with a cat. What's up? What's up? You had a cat. What's a cat? Cat. Let's try this one.
In just a moment, tonight's story. But first, a message from the Ford Dealers of America.
The whole country's talking about the great 1950 Ford. Listen to what Mr. Carl Moore of Kingston, Pennsylvania, one of more than 420,000 delighted owners, says about his new Ford.
I leave my car out on the street a lot in winter, but you'd never know it to look at my 50 Ford's paint job. It's still as new-looking as when I bought it. I'll never stop wondering how Ford can sell a car that stands up so well for so little money. And speaking of getting a lot for little money, my Ford gives me up to 22 miles to a gallon of gas.
Yes, it's hard for Ford owners to keep the good news to themselves. The news about the economy of the big new Ford. From its low initial price to its high resale value. From its low cost of maintenance to its thrift on gas and oil. Ford is a real economy buy. But prove it for yourself. Your neighborhood Ford dealer has the facts on Ford economy, and he'll be glad to have you test drive the big 1950 Ford in your own way.
And now we bring you tonight's exciting story.
Well, yeah, man, that's pretty cool. It's Ford, man. Pardon my coughing there. If I'd have known I was going to do that, I'd have coughed before I turned the mic on. What about that? Whoa, that seemed like it was loud. Anybody there? You want to tell me how loud I am? Am I too loud? My God, this guy won't shut up. Leave him alone, Harry. Shut up, Marge. You shut up, Harry. Stop beating on me, Marge. Damn it. And that moment of silence was brought to you by that hit of weed that I took. Yeah. Anyways, Holmes. So, once again, I come to you live every weekday evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to do an evening show that's entertainment, not a vlog. This is a diary. This is a log. This is Captain's log. This is just me kind of hanging out for posterity's sake, creating a library of me, so to speak, and the things that I like, and the things that make me me, the things that turned me into the guy that I am, right? So that's pretty much what this morning show is. The evening show and the other stuff, oh, that's just fun. That's just good fun entertainment right there. And there'll be a lot less of me and a whole lot more entertainment. The morning shows, I'm trying to bring more entertainment to the morning shows. For the first 2 seasons, mostly, it was just me. And then at the end of the second season, I started to introduce listening to radio stuff. And then I started to create actual videos of the radio stuff and upload them onto YouTube. And then I thought, well, you know what, if we're going to do that, let's just do a whole day of it. And we did the day Wednesdays, and that spawned Movie Memory Mondays, or Monday Movie Memories, whatever the fuck it's titled. Totally Television Tuesdays, Throwback Thursdays, Flashback Fridays. So now we've got more entertainment happening in the morning, but it's still about me. It's entertainment that has something to do with me, something I watched when I was a kid, something I enjoyed, student education films, concerts, venues, activities, adventures, events, just things that really shaped what made this crazy old weird bearded guy weird and crazy, right? It's genetics that made me bald. At least I would think. I hear some noise out there. Oh, it's the trash man. That's because it was a Memorial weekend, so the trash man is a day late and $1 short. So, yeah, like for sure, you know. Oh, that means we've got trash cans to move in from the street at our houses that we clean. But you don't care about that. If this was an entertainment show, I wouldn't be telling you that. I'd be saying, and next up, we got Freddy Krueger with Fingers of Death. But we're not doing that today. Well, not right now. We're going to be doing that this evening. So come back at 5 p.m. for the nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show that is loosely based and modeled after my father's Friday night big band era type show that he did back in 1973, 74, 75-ish, right around in there, before he left college and then went out and did a few jobs being a DJ at a few rock and roll radio stations before he decided to go back to school to the University of California, San Diego, where he got into video. And then I became Kid Video, having starred in and helped him with numerous video projects. And I was actually bequeathed those. I actually asked for them before he passed away. I want the videos. Can I have the videos? And then, of course, having the videos doesn't mean that I own them completely. That means that I'm just the caretaker. And it's up to me to get them digitized and uploaded here and share them with you. A lot of my father is going to show up on this channel. And that's just the way it is. You know, another reason that I became crazy and weird, right? There's got to be the parentage situation. So there's that. If you're out there, how am I sounding? Everything looks and sounds okay from my end, but I'm right here while I do pipe things out and send them to YouTube and then turn on phones and TVs and stuff to monitor it coming back at me. Everything looks good. Everything's up to speed. Here goes the trash man. And is he going to hit the tree? I trimmed that tree a little bit with my power trimmer. I got it to trim my tree, or our tree, and then decided, you know what, I'm going to go out and trim a little bit out here because nobody else does. And then, of course, a month later, somebody came out and trimmed trees, but they didn't trim the tree that needed it, this big dead thing over here. And it just needs, you know, dead branches removed. And I don't want to get a big, tall ladder to have to go out there and do it because that's what I'm going to have to do. My cutter isn't long enough to reach that high. So I'd have to get on a ladder. And that's just too dangerous anymore. That's not me. That's not me anymore. You know, freaking osteoporosis and arthritis and all that other shit. You know, freaking hemorrhoids. I'm not going to get out there and do that kind of shit anymore. Hell no. Yeah. That being said, man, there's a lot to do around here. I've got to get the mechanic over here. I've got to get in touch with Anthony, I believe, from Blessings, and get him over here to give me an estimate, or at least, you know, let's make a parts list and get shit ordered and get a pile of parts so that we can get into this. Because I'm tired of stalling out, you know, and that seems to be the main issue for now. So I want to get that taken care of. Wow, I can't believe we just buzzed through 3 hours again. Taking a hit from the road. And there's that loud noise again. I apologize for that. I apologize for the loud noise. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, I did. I did it on purpose. Just not intentionally. Or intentionally, but not on purpose. You just pick one, man. So there you go. I am probably going to be deciding what to do here this morning. More than likely, I will take a couple of more hits and crawl back into bed for a few hours. My wife is going to be out with friends until about noon. My daughter should be passed out at least until 2 because she's up late. She's still on her college schedule, which is sleep until class and then get up, go to class, nap until the next class, and then go to class, and then stay up all night doing schoolwork. And it paid off. She graduated with honors, top of her class again, and got 3 degrees, busting her ass. So, and she's off to university in the fall. So I'm not gonna, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You don't mess with perfection. That's why I don't mess with me. So, this has been Old Time Radio Wednesdays on Mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. And I hate to do it to you, and I hate to do it to myself, but it is time to find my phone booth and get on out of here and back to my own time. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining me once again. I am going to play the morning show closing, and then I will be bringing you weekly programming, and then I will be bidding you a fond farewell until this evening. So thanks a lot, people. Be cool, be peaceful and loving to each other, and the most important, probably the most important thing that you could possibly do on a regular basis would be to stay weird. Just be sure to stay weird, people, because that is everything.